Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 66 of Shattered Earth. Last time you guys finished up with the tower, brought everyone back home, and had a couple of conversations. Now, it's time for, I guess, any upkeep you guys have before moving on to the next leg of the adventure, as it were. So, with that being said, as you guys kind of take stock of your current predicament, go off and do your own stuff, what would you like to do? Does anyone have any ideas that they want to do for downtime, etc.?
Well, I don't know if this is committing us too much to anything, but does anybody want to set like a specific like an amount of time for us to do what we got to do before we move on? I don't know if it'll end up being, like a month or whatever, but I don't know if anybody's got a particular amount of time they'd be okay with taking. I know I got some stuff to do, but realistically, I'm probably going to have to spend some gold on it, and I don't have a lot of that, so I'm probably going to be looking around for job opportunities before I do too much else. Anybody else got any
I want to
interest
research more into those curses.
Yeah, it's probably a really good idea. But
I want to research on how to make a shield guardian.
Oh, what?
A shield guardian.
Shield guardian?
Ooh. Yes, I like Road Birch.
Okay. So these are all research things so far.
that sounds very protective. Well, I guess in some order of priority, I'm probably gonna. Let's see. Yeah, I'd probably be interested in transcribing some spells over, but yeah, that's gonna. I've looked over the costs on that, and that's gonna be significantly more than I've got right now. So,
You mean arm and a leg?
At least one of those. Yeah. Maybe closer to an arm and half a leg, but still, yeah, a decent amount. So.
Have you thought about taking out student loan?
Oh. I feel vaguely called out. No.
Let it also be known that I have written my own downtime activity for adventuring. It's like in general. That gives you money based on certain roles and factors and stuff like that.
Okay.
So if you want to earn money over your downtime by having adventured on one or more jobs given by the local adventurers guild, then that is.
Yeah, I think I'd be very interested in that. I would potentially be interested in spending just like a small amount of time first. Like the first thing that I've done for downtime is before the level up, I made sure to transcribe one spell over, not a big deal. It's just an arcane trickster thing, so I've at least got a scroll of something in my back pocket. I'll need to deduct out the gold for that, which I think is not just a lot because it was first level, but I'll make sure I take that little bit out of what I got. And after that, I would probably start asking around, and I guess this would be a question that I'd have for Hunter. Hunter, do you think Darius Wormthrum, the Forge Cleric, do you think he's still around helping rebuild the town? I mean, it's just kind of the next day after we did what we did in the tower and all that. And, it seemed... Yeah, I'd probably ask around first to see where he is, because one, I'd like to do what I can to help him do some rebuilding. I kind of did some things to make sure I at least had the mending cantrip ready and a couple of other minor magics that might be of some use to his to the big job he's got ahead of him. So I'll probably spend a day, tracking him down / helping him, fix things, put the pieces together, quite literally. And probably while I'm doing that, I would ask him for a bit of a favor, kind of in exchange for that. If he'd be up for it, I'd be fine with just role playing it out, I guess, if that's cool. I just wanted to. I've got some scrap metal that I've had in my pack for forever from some constructs. Well, maybe not forever, but it seems like a while. From some constructs that we smashed way back there in the forest. I salvaged a bit of just scrap metal from them, and I know he's good at making scrap metal into useful stuff, so I was figuring if he'd be okay with it, I would just help him with his rebuilding efforts, and kind of in exchange for however much time of that he feels is a good trade in exchange for the service. I just ask him to turn one of the bundles of scrap metal that I've got into an extra set of thieves' tools, because it never hurts to have an extra one in your pack. That's pretty much it. So I'd feel more comfortable going out on jobs that are suited to my talents with an extra set of those, just in case something goes wrong, So that was pretty much it. And I figured there's not a lot in the way of conventional merchants left, not completely burned to ash and rubble right now. So that's probably my best option for getting that done. So that's my first order of business personally, and that's what I'm going to be doing for a day, and then I'll probably hit up the Adventurers Guild after that and start looking for work, as far as jobs that are, fairly lucrative, but I'm not looking for just the riskiest stuff ever. So, but I'll consider the options. I'm gonna be open to the possibilities. That's it for me right now. So.
Alright.
Help clean up, get extra thieves' tools, get money.
If Darius is still around and willing, I can certainly do that for you.
Yeah, Darius would absolutely still be in town helping repair. So it's not like he has anywhere else he can go right now.
Yeah.
I just keep on the cough.
And I realize there's only so much I can do with like mending and mage hand and move earth, but still it's more than nothing, right? So I'll go give a hand with all that stuff, and I guess maybe after a day of it, if he's okay with just turning some of this junk that I've got handy into a set of thieves' tools, we'll just call it square, and I'll wish him well, and then go off to seek the Adventurers Guild, and probably also
I'll be right back.
probably also inquire while I'm over there if there are any. Well, I might make a few fairly low key kind of signals in might pepper the conversation with some choice elements of thieves' cant, just to see if anybody happens to pick up on special jobs they might need done. So, or something like that. So.
Okay, so then, the rest of the day, I guess, would probably be what you'd want to do to get, so first of all, you have to scribe your scroll, which takes however long it takes, right?
Yeah, it's just a first level, so it'd be the, I believe that's the, if I'm getting it right, I think that's 2 hours and 25 gold, I think. Let me make sure I got that right.
Well, to make the scroll, because you have to make the scroll first.
Yeah, to scribe it, I've got.
Back, right?
Yeah, I'd have to straight up scribe it. So I think that's right.
Senator says like 1 day, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's a full day. It's a full. No, that's right. For scribing a scroll, it's the 8 hours, but I think it's 25 for first level. Where did you go? Mm-hmm.
Hit fighting, relaxation, research. We'll get to that in the scribing spell. It's first level spell. Yes, 1 day and 25 gold.
Yep. So that's my task for the first day, and then next day is when I'll do the other stuff that I was talking about. So, okay. I will deduct the.
Get your thieves' tools from Darius. Put that on your sheet, and then
Cool.
the first day will be spent you doing that. Let's see. So.
All right, that's done.
After that was done, you're going. You said you're going to Adventurers Guild. Next thing.
Yep. That's going to be next order of business.
So. Let's see. I don't believe. Let's see. I think the main group was the ones that were wanted. I don't know if Lemmy is part of that collection. That matters. So there is a bounty out on other people's heads, but I don't think Lemmy for those people. You came in last. You weren't working with.
Oh, that's true. I was only doing things at the mansion and nothing. Yeah, I may have been filled in on what other work they did, and probably would have been impressed by a lot of it, especially Galet's part. Although, when you can run through walls, it does make it easy to swipe some stuff.
That is true. But the main point is that you were not already in the radar of the nobility when you joined the group. Which is important, because that means that you can move about kind of with impunity here. So...
Always good.
We can do your adventure thing without any kind of issue. So... The closest branch of the Adventurers Guild is in Onik, is in the capital city.
Wow.
So...
Okay, well...
If you weren't already a member, which I don't think you were...
Nope, no. What's it take to join?
It takes nothing to join. It takes completion of jobs to rank up in the thing. And the ranks provide you with different abilities as a higher ranking or lower ranking. So that being said, you got a horse. It would take you let's see. You got a horse. It would take you about 5 days to get to the capital, traveling on the roads. So there's that 5 extra days to get to the capital, and then you start your stuff. So in those 5 days, I think someone can do other downtime activities if they're staying in Providence. If not, then travel is certainly a thing. I heard 2 researchers, right? Are you guys staying in Providence to do this, or are you going to try and go somewhere?
I'm not sure. Probably staying in Providence.
Definitely staying.
Okay, and dumb question time. Chance is definitely on the nobility's radar as well, correct?
Yeah,
That's his nobility.
Chance will be making a chance to go. Chance will head to Larashev as his downtime because he needs to see how that's turned out.
Sure. I mean, as far as they know, Chance is dead. So.
That's a very good point.
There's been
he's back from the dead.
There's been an extended leave of absence, so we'll get to that in a second. Researching wise, let's set up in a second. Research would be Access to a library of sage, you have that. Such access available. 1 work week and 50 gold spent on materials, bribes, gifts, and other expenses.
I love that bribes are included in that. Oh, I know the right book you should be looking in. But what'll you give me?
Exactly. It's like how giving is the Archmage with his knowledge of things. So you're gonna have to at least spend 50 gold. If you want to spend more money, you get a better bonus to your check at the end of 1 week, 1 work week, which is 10 days or 7 days. I don't remember what I decided. Whatever it is, it's more than 5. But you can each do that and make your roll on that. It's an intelligence check, general intelligence check at the end of that. And if you want to expend extra money, you can get better bonuses to it than what you currently have. I will also say that considering the Archmage's whole repertoire of being able to scry on people, having traveled the world in relative anonymity over the last couple years, you would get advantage on the check regardless, considering that he has been gathering information about this world almost exclusively for 2 years straight.
He's a spy. I knew it.
He's just a particularly well-stocked library of current events.
It was a joke.
Okay, so we'll do, I guess, Discord order first. So, David, are you spending any more than 50 gold on your...
I'll spend like 100 more.
Okay, so you get an additional +2 on top of your intelligence.
Okay. Let's see here. Intelligence, so. $18.
So that's 20 then.
20.
+2. Okay. Well, the 20. And then 2 things. So what were you looking up again? Shield Guardian stuff?
Yes.
Okay, so 2 things about Shield Guardians. Shield Guardians were primarily dwarven creations. They were essentially when dwarves still had a kingdom to call home. They were used for guarding, any number of things, and dwarven craftsmanship. Dwarven craftsmanship was able to create enough of them that they were able to protect a lot of vaults, bank vaults, personal collection vaults, etc., etc. They were far more prevalent before the breaking. Now, not so much, considering the dwarven society has been relegated to other people's homes. They've kind of been folded into the general population. They don't really have a dwarvish kingdom anymore. Second thing you know about Shield Guardians is that even after creating one, you need to have a specific amulet in order to control it.
Got it.
So, not only is it going to be extremely difficult to find someone who knows how to build one, as far as you know, but also you're going to need a pretty prolific enchanter to recreate the control amulet that goes with it.
My apologies.
Got it.
A second.
Okay. So that's your 2 pieces of lore that you get. Go ahead and roll me a D100 as well.
Okay.
Okay. Now, the other one, Valerian, What were you doing?
I want to do more research on the curse and the necromancy portion of.
The Curse of the Necromancy? What do you mean?
The curses that was on the
curses in
former
general?
Scarlet March.
Oh, just in general. Okay. Got it. I don't think they're. You know necromancy? I don't think they're necromancy. If they're all enchantments. Oh no, they are. There's one of them that's necromancy. There's a couple that are necromancy. Do you want to do research on just the necromancy ones, or are you just doing curses in general? Because if it's
In
a specific
general,
thing,
I want to see if it's. Shit! No, he explained this actually last session, so I can't. Nope, scratch that. Come back to me.
okay. Then we'll go to the do the adventure thing. Okay, so
Woohoo!
So guild shit. Presumably you are what is considered an initiate of the Adventurers Guild, which is the lowest rank available that anyone can join in on. You have a guild badge, essentially, that you get. That's it's a letter A on a shield, kind of coat of arms looking thing. And you can do things. Okay. So you essentially, the way that this works is, as a low-ranking member, you're not going to make a ton of money. You still make okay money. When you complete a certain number of lower rank jobs, you get the ability to rank up in the guild, which gives better permissions, I guess is the best thing to explain it as. So for a low rank job, which is the only jobs that you could take, just like, go out and take out this goblin or whatever that's been stealing shit from local stores, or find out why someone's poisoning the water hole or whatever, lower rank stuff like dealing with bandits. You spend it's 1 work week, 1 work week for a low ranking job. In order to do this, you need to make 3 skill checks. And the number of successes you get depends. The number of successes you get on those skill checks determines the output of the money you get. You can also, I think it's lower. Oh no, that's just the hireling rank. You cannot hire people yet on jobs, but you can. If you were to level up in the guild, you could hire people to come with you to make the DC easier, but you have to split up part of your gold. Since it's a low rank job, you can't hire anybody. So we don't need to worry about that. And then you need to take a look at your character sheet, because you have to make 3 skill checks based on whatever random thing I decide, but one of those has to be something you're proficient in. So I will say, investigation. Say investigation, nature, and perception.
Okay.
For yours. So go ahead and make me those 3 rolls.
All right. So I'm not doing it. That's weird. All right, I'm trying to do it, but it's being weird. Let me try to reload this. Hold on. It's not letting me click a roll for some reason. I have no idea
Roll20
why.
is optimized.
Yes, perfectly balanced with no glitches.
Nah, Founder is just better. Fuck roll 20.
Roll 20 can hear you.
I'm waiting
Think I give a fuck?
I'm waiting for D&D Beyond to come out with their 3D one.
Oh God. The one that's supposed to be not quote unquote not charge money.
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna have a problem if it comes out and you try and switch to it. Me and Jim, I'm just gonna be upfront with you.
Why? Because it doesn't run on your computer.
No. Just haven't really been a big fan of WotC in the past couple of years.
Wow.
So.
Nobody has. Even the Watsy.
Okay,
Even
good.
their own people.
Yeah, it's being weird. Let me try this again. Come on. Gotta be kidding me. All right. Let's do this one more time. Sorry, it just like oops out of the thing, so hold on. Come on. You can do it. Oh, while I'm figuring for things to load, I don't know if this is something that would statistically affect anything in game, but was wondering, is the speed, like amount traveled per day, is it any different between like a horse and a mule? I know that's a weird question to ask, but
I mean, it depends on the horse, I suppose. And how hard you
yeah,
ride.
it just I just meant, for a regular travel pace, does a mule move about as fast as a horse for overland travel? It's just,
Probably not.
my Oh, okay. I had no idea. So, anyway, I'll just go with a horse and look tiny on it. That's fine. There you are. Come on. Come on. Okay. So close. Go there. Okay, I think I got it. Sorry. Investigation at last.
Nature, perception, investigation.
Yep. Okay. Investigation, and not great. Oh, did you already roll them?
No,
Sorry.
I was testing them to see if they worked on my end still.
Yeah.
Nature and perception.
Nature.
Okay.
Perception. Hey.
So that's 2 successes, 1 fail.
Oh well.
Blah. Okay. Success rate determines whether or not you complete a job, how much you get paid if you do. 0 successes means a character failed the job. 1 success means the job is completed properly. 2 successes, task adequately completed. Paid the full amount.
Yay!
If you rolled 3, you would have gotten a bonus, but... Okay, so 2 successes means for a low rank job, it is 10 gold times your guild rank, which means you get 10 gold.
Okay. Alright. Doing that for now. And
you have one successfully completed job under your belt, initiate of the Adventures of Argon. You need 5 to rank up. So if you want to continue to adventure, it's just additional weeks of time you spend.
Yeah, I don't see why not. I'm pretty broke, so yeah, I'll just go with another week.
Okay. Let's do that again then. Let's do pick 3 skill checks here. Let's do an acrobatics check.
Okay.
A animal handling check. And acrobatics, animal handling, and do stealth.
Okay.
natural 20. Very good.
The critter liked me. All right.
Stuff. Fantastic. So that one is 3 successes. Did you get a bonus?
Cool.
So 3 successes denotes an outstanding result. Meaning the character, you have gone above and beyond the scope of your contract, resulting in double the reward value. So congratulations. You get 20 gold. For that one.
Cool.
And one more successfully completed job.
Got it. So I've got the equivalent of 3, or is it two successful jobs, right? So
far, yeah.
Yeah.
2 successful jobs for a low rank adventure, which
Cool.
hey, not bad considering.
Yep.
So yeah, so 30 gold richer after 2 weeks.
Nothing wrong with that.
Are you continuing onward?
Alrighty. Yeah, I think so. I'm sure there will be complications, but that's okay. We live for the drama.
Okay. So no more adventuring right now, right? That's what I'm seeing. Or you are going to do one more week?
I was going to do one more week, yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
fantastic.
It would be good to help out my rep a little bit, so, or at least try to.
Sure. Might as well get those. You got to get your reps in to rank up in the guild to make more money.
Yep.
Okay, skills. Let's do. I'll make it easy and hard at the same time. Let's do sleight of hand,
Okay.
nature, and athletics.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay. 22, 10, and 16. Fantastic. So 2 more successes, 10 more gold under your belt, and your 3rd job completed for the adventures.
Cool. All right.
Go.
Okay.
So 40
All
gold
right.
gotten, 3 weeks spent so far. You need 2 more? 2 more to rank up if you wanted to spend 2 more weeks.
Yeah.
Gives everyone else more time as well.
Yeah, I don't see what it would hurt. So yeah, that I'll spend a total of 2 more weeks.
Okay. Then let's do, for the first round, let's do Arcana, History, and Religion. Fantastic. Fantastic, okay. Another 3 successes means another 20 gold.
Oh.
And then for the final one, we will do Perception, Nature, and Medicine. By the way, you can queue all these up, so if you just click on all 3 of them, it'll do all 3 boxes, and you can spam click them.
Okay.
Instead of doing it one by one every time.
That does seem faster. Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, at least 1 success. So 1
Yay.
success. Unfortunately, your job was completely sloppily, so you only get 5 gold for that one.
Well.
But with that final one technically still completed, and not completely failed, you do get a rank up in the system, so you are now a novice. which means that you can perform not just low rank jobs if you want to, but also mid rank jobs. And people in and around the capital are more forgiving of, let's say, transgressions that may or may not happen regarding you. You've built a little bit of a name for yourself, just in general, with helping people around. So I will say that make a note of that so that I remember, because I'm not going to remember what your fucking guild rank is.
Okay.
And you can call upon that and remind me of it if you, let's say, get caught stealing, like pickpocketing something. Or, if a guard is like trying to, kick you out of a place or whatever. They'll treat you a little bit better if you remind me, but you have to remind me because I'm going to forget.
Okay, and it's Adventurers Guild of Onyx, right?
No, the full title is the Adventurers of Araval. They started in Araval and they've expanded to Onyx. This is the
They are
Adventurers
everywhere.
of Araval. Yeah, they are. They're almost everywhere. They haven't gotten to Netria yet, but you don't know that. They're most prevalent in Araval for reasons. But they do have a local chapter in the capital city here. Okay. So with that being said, mid-rank jobs are a little harder. They take a little bit longer, but they pay more. And since your guild rank has gone up to 2, the multiplier for your gold also goes up. So now if you were to do a low rank job, it wouldn't be 10 gold times 1, it'd be 10 gold times 2 base pay. Just so you're aware.
And you could take on underlings now.
And you can hire people to be on the job with you if you wish. If you hire, it depends on the rank of the people you hire. I think mid-rank you can... mid-rank you can't hire people. Hiring people to go with you on job starts at the next rank up, Journeyman. Which is 5 more completed low-rank jobs and 1 completed mid-rank job. Then you level up to Journeyman. You can perform low, mid, and high-rank jobs. You get discounts at shops when you get there, and then you also can hire low-rank guild members to go with you on quests and lower the DC of your checks. At the cost of money. So.
Okay. Let's see. I'll probably go with 1 low rank job before I just jump into the mid rank stuff. Never hurts to get a little extra, hopefully, success under my belt. So,
Okay.
yeah, I'll just do another low rank job, so that would put me at a total of 6 weeks spent so far, I think.
Yes, because you just did 5, so yeah, this would be 6.
Okay.
So this is a month and a half of adventure, basically.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, so we're gonna do stealth, survival, and nature.
Okay. Here goes. Okay.
Nice.
Mhm.
That's good to see. Oh, fantastic! Another 3 successes. So, a low rank job for a novice adventurer normally poops out 20 gold. You get 40 because of 3 successes, so another 40 gold added to your pack, and 1 more low rank job under your belt.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'm just noting it here under. For now, just noting it under, I guess. Yeah, like features and traits for now. It seems like a good spot. All right. Cool. All right. Let's see. That puts me at 6 weeks. I guess I can if you want to go back to what other people have been doing during that time, that's fine, and I'll you can get back to me, and I'll figure out what I'm going to do next, kind of after you've, if that's cool.
Yeah, that's fine.
After you've kind of I'll just
Okay, so back to Jay.
a breather.
Have you decided
I'll
what you
be
want to do?
honest with you. I after remembering that, wait a minute, I already know all these goddamn curses, so I don't know what I want to do. That's the honest truth here.
There are things you can do. I mean, adventuring's still on the table. If you wanted to, I would say you'd have to probably go in disguise. You know?
Yeah, just can I say something out of character or like above character? It just if it's cool. One option might be if you're flush with gold, which my character really isn't. You could look into training. I don't know if you'd want to do something like that, but like, doing something like if you can find somebody around who'd give you an extra edge at like going somewhere in disguise, like I don't know if you'd want to get proficient with any kind of a tool or anything like that would help with that, but that might be a good thing to do when there's the price of a large city on your head. So just saying.
Yeah, I will also give you the opportunity if other people are willing to learn from them. So if there's any proficiencies that anyone's willing to share, you could do like a joint training thing. As long as you have a source for the tool or language that you want to learn via the training, then be my guest.
You mean like montage?
Sure. Like a training montage.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Only thing I want to learn in a proficiency is a heavy armor. I don't think training will give you that.
No. That one I had a discussion with about earlier in the week, and
If I remember right, it was I think it was but it's expensive and takes a long time.
Yeah.
But
because the reason why is because normally that kind of thing is given via a feat, so you have to put in extra effort in order to do that.
Or multi-classing.
Yeah, feat or multi-classing, depending on proficiencies you get. So basically, if in order to do that without leveling up and multi-classing or getting a feat, then you would need to find someone who is an instructor that can teach you, not just someone with the proficiency, but someone who is a teacher of that proficiency. And then you'd have to pay them. You have to convince them to teach you, pay them, and provide equipment for yourself. You have to pay for your materials. So you'd have to purchase a set of heavy armor if you wanted to go for heavy armor proficiency, and find someone in Onic somewhere that could teach you how to use it properly. So you'd be looking at like guard captains. You'd be looking at maybe someone from the Adventurers Guild would be willing to teach some, a younger member, a newer member, something like that. That's what you'd have to look for. And then on top of that, you'd have to spend a decent amount of time. What I would do for that is I would alter, if in terms of like time and money spent, and et cetera, I would alter the training one, because normally the training downtime activity is shortened by your intelligence modifier. In the case of something like heavy armor or weapons, I would change that to the skill with which, or the ability, I guess, the ability score with which that would be most closely related. So for heavy armor, it'd be like lessened by your strength score. How quickly you pick up being able to move in the armor. For a rapier proficiency, for example, it would be like lessened by your dexterity score. Your dexterity modifier, rather. That kind of thing. Instead of just being straight intelligence all the time. So if you want to do that, that's certainly on the table. You can find someone to teach you, I'm sure.
You know what? I'm gonna take the cheap way out. I'm gonna just work adventure.
Do the Adventurers Guild, or do you want to do the work one?
I'm gonna cop out and no. That actually tracks with Filarian. His goal is literally make a name for himself. His immediate goal, at least. So he don't give a fuck that he's wanted. He's gonna go to the Adventurers Guild.
Yeah, you certainly do have a name for yourself. So here's what I'll say. I'm going to include stealth in every single instance of a job that you have to do. I'm either going to I'll include either stealth or deception in every single instance of a job you'll have to do. That will be part of your skill checks for these. If you take the time to find and procure a disguise kit and make a persona, then I won't do that, and I will just have you roll on the disguise kit one time to see how good you can make it for yourself. So if you want to go out and spend money on a disguise kit, great. If not, then you're going to have to be like the hooded, edgy rogue that walks into the tavern and everyone rolls their eyes but gives them the jobs anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the hooded edgy rogue.
I'm going to include stealth, deception, or checks for all these. How many weeks are you spending?
How many weeks did he do?
He's done 6 so far.
Let's go for 6. If I don't get caught.
Alright, so these would all have to be low-ranked jobs. That's how the math pans out. You don't already have a rank with the Adventurers Guild, right?
Not with this guy.
Okay. So for the first round, we'll do deception, we'll do arcana, and we'll do history. I'm not including guidance on these, but
Yeah, I forgot to take that off.
okay. Well, that is, regardless, that's 3 successes, so that's 20 gold for you for the first job, and 1 completed low-rank job. For the second one, we'll do perception, stealth, and survival.
Perception, survival, and what?
Stealth. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So that's 2 successes, still one extra completed job, so that's another 10 gold on top of that, so far 30, 2 completed low-rank jobs. Then we will do... this one's fun. Let's do performance, deception, and persuasion.
Performance and what?
Deception, persuasion. Great. Another 3 successes. Fantastic. So that's 50 gold total, 3 completed jobs. Then we will do acrobatics, survival, and stealth.
Acrobatics, survival, and what?
Stealth.
Yay!
Each low rank job takes 1 week to complete. Higher jobs take multiple weeks, but these ones are taking 1 week each. So that is 2 successes. That's an additional 10 gold, so 60 gold in 4 jobs. Then we will do deception, insight, and let's see, deception, insight, and perception.
Last one.
Perception. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so that's 70 gold and 5 completed, and then for the last one, we will do. We'll do investigation, deception, and arcana. Perfect. So another 10 gold, bringing you up to a grand total of. That would be 80 gold and 6 completed, right? Actually, that last one is 20 gold, so it'd be 90. Sorry, 90 gold total. And 6 completed. Yep. Because that last one you would have leveled up to novice after the 5th one, and then number 6 would have been at double the money.
Roger.
Okay. Cool. So that's your 6 weeks. You and Lemmy kind of exist in the same space as each other during the 6 weeks' time.
I exist, yay!
Yeah. Whether or not you go on jobs with each other is up to your imagination. It's really any of these jobs. I just try to pick like 3. I try to pick like 3 different checks that could be construed as something you would make, a low rank adventurer do. So you can imagine that you may go on jobs together or go on jobs separately and then just kind of be around each other for 6 weeks. Yeah. Okay, so that's 6 weeks for you. Let's go back to Chance. Does Chance want to do anything for 6 weeks or more? Hunter here. I can't hear him.
I've been sitting here muted munching on cereal waiting on y'all.
There you go. Do you want to do anything for 6 weeks or what?
Well, for starters, Chance needs to see how Larishev's handling, because, he's been gone for almost a year.
Sure. So, let's see, how long does it take you to get to Larishev? A few days, right? It was like about a week. It takes you about a week to get to Larishev, probably.
Wait, why not just go this route like we've done before?
If you want to, it's just through the woods. I'm saying like there's a road there you would normally take if you were traveling with a horse.
Fair enough. I thought like part of it was like establishing a road here, but
No, there's been no road established as a direct line to Larishev. For good reason. By the way, if you are using a horse, then that's 3.5 days. You have the travel time for hexes when you're on a horse.
maybe that's better.
So it's the same thing. It's 3.5 days to get to Larishev, basically, unless you're walking on the road. Anyway, regardless, my other question to you is: are you going in disguise or as yourself?
I mean, Chance has no has no bounty, does he?
Not necessarily, but Hadrigan's still out and about, so you don't know how far his cronies have spread. I'm just putting it out there that if anyone recognizes you that knows him, then that might be a tip-off.
He's gonna find out eventually, and I need to let Larishev know that I'm not dead, because again, I've been gone for nearly a year, so I think I'll just bite that bullet. Also, I'm not riding a horse. I'm riding my Eidolon, has the mount tag now.
That is true. Fair enough. Now his speed is what, though?
Okay, I may have to ride a horse anyway because I forgot that.
Horses have 60 feet, right? So,
Yeah, his speed's 40. He's 20 feet slower.
yeah. So we'll say it takes, if you want to go to Larishev, we'll say that extra 20 feet adds up to an extra day, or an extra half a day. So you'd be 4 days to Larishev, just as a heads up.
All right. It helps save on costs because it's night long. They don't need to eat.
Sure, that's fine. Eidolon doesn't need to eat because he's an elemental.
Doesn't need to eat. Doesn't
Need to sleep. Could be a watchdog. Is relatively intelligent, etc., etc. Okay, fine. So 4 days later, you arrive in Larishev. The town looks slightly different. There is in the last 8 months, there has been increased defenses built around the town. There's now a proper wall instead of a wooden palisade that surrounds the town. The town has gotten bigger. There are more people in Larishev in general, and it has become more or less an important trading post / trading hub of a town. More important than it was before. Considering that it's on a major road going back and forth between western Onyx and central Onyx, it makes sense that more money would have flown into the town eventually. That being said, you are also aware that you have been replaced as the Lord of Larishev.
I'm sorry, what?
In the 8 months since you have been gone, Hadrigan has placed someone else in charge of Larishev, or has convinced Ursula to do so, or whoever was king, whoever was in charge. There is a completely different person who is in your house, who is dealing with the mayor, who is running the town and benefiting off of it. That is the most important thing that you learn, and you learn this because there are posters of his face everywhere. This is a tiefling individual with a clean-shaven face, short, very neatly combed back hair. The posters don't exactly show skin color or anything, but facial features wise, he looks like a relatively handsome and dashing tiefling gentleman. You would guess probably in his early 30s, maybe early to mid 30s, just by how the pictures depict him.
It's a bit older than Chad. Chance. No.
Sure. And there, a lot of the posters that are around town are like for propaganda purposes, is the best way to put it. It's like, look how great our town is because now I'm here, kind of stuff. Don't forget that. There's posters for like he's like hiring people. Like they're like, take a tab here and bring it to my manor home on the outskirts of Larishev, and I'll see if I have a job for you, kind of stuff. So this guy is like actively here, always a lord of Larishev, and actively hiring people that travel through town that are interested in work. The nature of this work seems to be in line with what, say, an adventurer would want to interact with and get paid for.
Fucking annoying, because like
it's kind of like definitely an advertisement for like, hey, if you're a traveler and you want some extra dough, do some work for the Lord of Larishev, and I'll pay you some cool shit if you go out and do what I ask.
Because like most of the unless, because this is not like all ideas that I talked with the mayor with on several occasions. It's like,
Yes.
This is like, that's interesting. Like, wow, this motherfucker taking credit for my work.
Oh yeah.
How much money did you sink into that house?
Yes.
Like almost 10 grand, I think, something like that. if you do deign to visit the house, by the way, I don't know if you want to or not, but there's changes with that as well. For the most part, the town seems to be in a pretty good place overall. It just doesn't have you as the figurehead. That's the only difference, really.
Yeah, first off, I'm going to stop by the mayor's office.
Sure. So you.
I'm surprised a ghost let him in.
So you arrive at the mayor's office in Lerchev. There is a secretary at the kind of the front desk of what is essentially now a fully functional town hall.
The dead Hadrigan has pumped some of his own funds into this. Which means it's probably going to be an uphill battle trying to get my fucking spot back.
See if I can find. I need to find Lerchev and find the name. People here. Who was it? Orisk Hammerstone, male dwarf.
The guy who I sponsored to get his position.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least he had that going, unless he got assassinated and got replaced.
Last guy. So anyway, the receptionist is there to greet you. As
I
you
have a
walk in,
picture actually probably looking down at paperwork and then looks up and is like, does like a double take.
Unless it's a new person.
make me a history check. So you almost don't recognize her at first, but getting a better look at her, you do. This was was it Old Man Jenkins, whatever I named him, Old Man Johnson.
Oh fuck that bastard! Oh fuck yeah!
His daughter was working at the local brothel. Now has seemed to found other gainful employment as a secretary for the mayor, as more jobs have opened up here in Lerchev. So you do recognize her. This is Old Man Jenkins' daughter here working the front desk. She looks up from the desk. Says, "Hello, do you have an appointment?" Mr. Fairweather. It's been quite some time.
Yes, it has. Seems a lot's changed in the past 8 months.
Yes, I would say so. Do you have an appointment? Or would you like me to make one?
I would appreciate that, because I believe things are going to be a bit difficult for the next few months, this period, because, well, I return after 8 months to find I've been replaced.
Yeah, she looks around. She's kind of like her eyes are like kind of looking around, kind of awkwardly, like, yes, there's been some changes to the town, I would say.
So
One
a lot
moment.
of the ideas I spoke with the mayor with seem to have turned out rather well.
She opens up a big leather-bound book that's kind of on the desk next to her. Opens it up, and you can see essentially a calendar with the mayor's itinerary on it for the month. She says, "I can pencil you down for next week if you're interested. The mayor is out of town on business at the moment. I can make sure that you are on the docket."
Did he take his sending stone with him?
I would assume he did.
Hold a moment before you pencil me in. And Chance will take out his sending stone because he kept it and he got it. Well, kept it and got it back after.
Sure. Yeah.
exit. Oh, my ship was in that Iron Maiden. What was the name of the mayor again? I wrote it down over here, but
Mayor Orisk Hammerstone.
yeah, or Hammerstone. Yeah. So Chance will use the setting stuff like. Oh, actually, before you use it, where was he going? Just to make sure I don't call him and it's like the middle of the night if he's off on another continent.
I believe he was going to Kobuj, if I remember correctly.
Good.
Just one town over. There was a trade dispute recently.
Honestly, I'm glad to see that has turned out so well. Little annoyed of the my replacement taking credit for a lot of the ideas I spoke with the mayor with, but that's something to be resolved. And then he'll use his sending stone. Yeah, to call the mayor. He'll use the message.
Okay.
No, sending, not message. Okay.
Sure. What are you sending?
Let's see. Let me just write this down so it's within 25 words.
Okay. In the meantime, David, you have some extra time on your hands.
Mhm.
So did you do research? You did research, right?
Yeah.
Already, you did one work week worth of research, basically. You have 5 to spare, unless you want to go over that, for the people who are adventuring in and around Onyx at the moment. Do you have any other downtime activities you wish to do in those 5 weeks?
He's gonna continue working on this project, like getting like lists of different things you might need, doing research on how they're enchanted, locating people in all that might be able to help him out with this, if the information's available, and collecting any resources here that might help him,
Okay.
if possible.
Let's see. Definitely going to be more research required. Things. I mean, if you're just gathering information, it would be strictly research for 5 weeks, basically.
Hmm.
If you're going out and doing anything else, that would be a bit different. But if all you're doing is gathering information, then this is all basically 5 weeks of research.
Yeah.
Research here.
All right, I have my message written now.
We'll come back to you in just a second. Great, awesome, cool. So you would need to spend 250 gold for this
Got it.
minimum. You can expend more if you wish. And this is, let's see, 5 intelligence checks.
Got it.
All with advantage if you're staying in Province.
Which I am. Just gonna let it sit there. Well, I'm just gonna give it all that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are all wrong. My
Yes.
bad.
Let's say.
Those are all wrong, and I am dumb.
Let's try that again.
Yes.
So 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11. 11 pieces of lore gathered about the dwarven mechanics. So luckily you have this repository of information because elsewhere probably doesn't have the means to do this. Utilizing what resources are available to you, as well as contacts that are here in Providence that are of the the artificer class that still exist here. I'll give you a number of things. So, Shield Guardians, apart from being very expensive to make, require rare materials as well. That also require a blacksmith with the know-how to be able to make them. Most of which don't exist anymore. The blacksmiths that would have the skill to be able to do something like create a construct of this nature they're very exclusive. Like their work is expensive for the most part.
Except we already know somebody who made it in Larisha.
You guys don't know anybody who made it in Larisha.
Well, Chance did at least.
Chance knows, but he's not here right now.
Yeah.
So there's one thing. You also don't know whether or not that guy knows how to construct the thing from scratch, or whether he found it and is just fixing it. So that's another thing. To be able to make one from scratch is an entirely different prospect from finding one and fixing it. Now, being able to find one, there have been encounters with still active masterless shield guardians that have been reported that all happen within the bowels of the Underdark when people are going on exploratory expeditions and adventuring. Certain ancient Dwergar fortresses and towns and cities still exist in the deepest reaches of the Underdark that have, if they're not taken over by Correspawn, have active defenses still in a lot of cases. So going out and finding one would require probably a travel into the Underdark, but also into a dangerous part of the Underdark in the first place. And then on top of that, finding one that is either decommissioned or that you can decommission temporarily, fix it up, restore its enchantment, and get a new amulet for it. In terms of making one from scratch, you would have to find someone who is extremely prolific at smithing and enchanting, or smithing or enchanting, both, to be able to construct the thing itself and also put the necessary magic into it that it can autonomously follow your commands and such.
Got it.
So this is a multi-month long excursion of finding the right people who are willing to help you, who you can pay an exorbitant amount of money to find the thing, to make the thing work the way that you want it to work. The other option is going down into the Underdark and risking all sorts of danger in order to find an active shield guardian and take control of it in whatever way you can.
Got it.
And all of that is one big gigantic if, because when the world fucking broke, a lot of dwarven society is gone. There are no dwarven cities anymore. There are no dwarven settlements specifically. They all are kind of spread out throughout the world at this point, like a people without a home kind of thing. They have yet to establish their own stuff anymore, and it's unlikely that they ever will. So being able to go and find this like ancient dwarven construct is it's going to take a lot of effort.
Got it.
yeah.
Hmm.
So, before, yeah, you could technically do shift fuego a day before. It would add another day onto your travel, probably.
But like, yeah, the idea would be like to do it at like the right before like the long like when I'm like here, right out like right
Right.
before.
And that travel on a mount would normally take half a day. So
All right, well,
if you double it,
I'm fine taking one extra day.
sure. It's
Just in case things get ugly, having something about my
What?
size is gonna be nice because the
Don't
extra.
don't you still have that nightmare? Why not just use that?
does not.
No,
have
I
the
don't.
It got stolen. It got stolen by Catboy.
It got stolen before I was captured.
Oh yeah.
Long
Wait, I
time
thought
ago.
we got that back.
No.
No,
Nope.
No one ever got anything back from that guy.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
There's that. Yeah, that's fine. You can take 5 days to get to Lairship. That's fine. There are. I will say that because I'm trying to think of how to fill 11 slots with stuff because you get 11 pieces of lore about this thing, and I don't even know if there's 11 to give. In terms of researching who in this world could potentially have the means and skill to recreate or engineer a shield guardian, there are people in Providence that are artificers. I think there's 2, if I remember correctly, that exists here. There's also a couple different smiths spread around in the nearby, in the local area, Cernan province, that could be of assistance as well. But the best bet that you have is in Zetmorvis province. I can find the town because Morvis is.
Oh god. That
There
place.
we go. There is a specific city in Zetmorvis province that is like the industrial capital of Onic. I can find it until. Let's see. This one's the. There it is. Tonvark. Tonvark is the town. It's up on the far eastern side of Zetmorvis province. That place is. That place is where Ursval has kind of set up an R&D place. It's the Viresian Scholars Association is over there, and they are a conglomerate of tradesmen and artificers and stuff like that. That it's one of the places that hires directly out of the college. Like if you have
Got
a
it.
mind for magical enchantments or invention or anything like that, Tonvark has the means to employ you in many cases to work on constructs, magical inventions, the future essentially of the world is how it's kind of set up.
Got it.
You got the skill, we'll hire you.
Pretty much, yeah. Like that. If you wanted to multi-class into Artificer, you go there. You go there and you train in Tonvark for a little while.
Yay.
Other than that, there is that one relatively famous smith in I think it was Odalkov or Migron, one of the two. I find it. I think it's Migron. I think I'll find it. So Monto. That's Horsec. Vernonville, Corvoy. Was it Corvoy? Yeah. Sorry, Corvoy. Corvoy is where it is. Corvoy has the sturdy rivet forges, and the owner and proprietor Chester Klein, a relatively well-known blacksmith with the skills to forge magic weapons and armor.
Got it.
So he's probably the most prominent smith you would come across in searching for that information. His name would definitely pop up as like master craftsman level blacksmith and enchanter.
What? Over 9,000?
So that's basically about it for Shield Guardian stuff. I don't think there's anything else you can really learn about it, other than like if you wanted to learn about what they could actually do, like stat block wise.
Uh,
Do that.
okay.
Look it up, Shield Guardian. Shield Guardians are fairly tough. They're a challenge rating 7 construct with 142 health, a natural AC of 17. They can store spells in them, in themselves, and can expel those spells at their master's command. So if you wanted to store a 4th level spell or lower in your Shield Guardian for emergency uses, then you could do so. It's kind of like a 1 level higher on the spell storing ring, but it's a construct. The enchantments surrounding it give it natural regeneration. And it is bound to protect you, so if you stay within close proximity of it, it can add bonuses to your armor class, interposing itself between you and other attacks.
Let's go.
So,
Okay.
it is a very useful construct to have, for sure.
Yeah.
If you were to get your hands on one and manage to make it, not only is it self-repairing, but it's pretty good for just general utility, both on the battlefield and off.
Count all your shit. Yeah.
Okay. Going back to Chance, you had a message typed out you wanted to send. Yes.
Yes. I have. Here's the message. This is Chance Fairweather. I'm not dead. Please return to Larishev as soon as you can. We have much to talk about. 23 words exactly.
Okay. After a brief pause, there is a cautious response saying, "Well, that's a surprise. I'm afraid I'm going to be away from town for quite a while. If you'll wait for me, we can talk."
All right. With that in mind, Chance will look at the intelligence. Pencil me in for next week. Should be about when he gets back.
Very well. He takes a quill and writes your name down. You said you were ready to go for next week. Is there a specific time? She goes through all the motions of like making an appointment. Like, what is 1 o'clock good? Is afternoon good for you? That kind of thing.
Yep. Afternoon is fine for me.
We'll say that she pencils you in, does all the normal procedures, puts your name down. Now, in the meantime, it's going to take, essentially, it's going to take about 7 days for the mayor to get back. So you have 7 days to kill before he arrives back in their shelf.
Yeah. Well, one thing I want to do next is go to my former manor, or my current former. Yeah.
Sure. So that as well has also changed quite a bit. The manor grounds, first of all, are surrounded by a stone wall. Prevents people from getting over it. And a gate that's along the main road that leads up to the manor itself. The gate is currently shut, and when you go up to it, if you were to try to open it, it would not open for you. A quick cursory glance over the metalwork on the iron gate in front of you says that it's probably enchanted in some way. So aside from aside from him expecting you to be there, or you climbing over the wall and breaking and entering onto the property, essentially, there's not really a way to get past it, as it were.
Make a statement. Do it.
Fireball.
Okay.
The man.
I have to ask, what would be a reasonable signal I could send from down here, to let someone know I am here without being destructive? Like maybe a firebolt into the air, would that work? I'm asking before I do anything.
No, so the firebolt probably wouldn't attract anyone's attention. You'd need something big. If you had pyrotechnics, that'd probably be the best way to do it, to be honest.
Oh, I actually do have something that may help.
Thaumaturgy. What does that do?
What? Oh, I'm thinking of the wrong one. Trying to remember the fucking what's the cantrip that lets you make yourself super loud?
That's thaumaturgy.
Thaumaturgy.
But it's not. You're not loud enough to shout all the way to the manor from the thing, from the gate.
How far is the manor from the gate?
It's like half a mile from the gate. You're gonna have to like I said, apart from him expecting you to be there or you climbing over the wall, there's not really a way to signal hey, let me in. Unless you had fireworks to send up to announce your presence.
I mean, I kind of can. 2 different methods.
Sure. I know you do. I'm just saying, you could use those if you wanted to. Thaumaturgy is not one of them.
My question is, if I do that, would that be Chance is smart enough to realize if that would maybe be something stupid to do.
Is there anything
You're lacking the information to make that decision at the moment. This person has been assigned, you don't know by who, to be here, essentially. Though you suspect that Hadrigan has had a hand in it, considering the amount of time that passed between you getting caught and this guy being appointed.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to town and ask. See, how do I assume I'm still a familiar face enough, despite being gone for nearly a year. That when if I ask, I would get some consistent answers.
It depends on what you're asking. First of all.
How do I meet with my replacement to try and sort this out?
Oh. I mean, asking as many people as you can, all of which are surprised to see you. Roll a persuasion check, first of all.
That's
Some
not the
people
worst.
think he's
Oh,
a
I'm
ghost.
going to use my inspiration I've been holding on to roll Bardic.
Sure.
That's a D8.
Bardic
I
inspiration
believe
would have
so,
been
yeah.
gone by now.
No, it's DM inspiration equals Bardic inspiration, but you hold on to it until you use it.
Yep, it's a D8 now, isn't it?
I believe so, yes. Level 9 should be.
All right, a 12. It's at least above a 10.
Okay. From what you can gather, just from asking around, there's not a lot of people that make random house calls to this guy. It's usually by invitation. The exception is those people that take the flyers. They're the ones that can kind of like show up at random at the manor house.
All right, look at the flyers. Are they magic? Is that like a...
Make an Arcana check.
Ooh.
You don't know. You have no idea. They could be. They could be magic, or the gate is programmed maybe to let people with the flyers in. Like maybe it's a detection thing. You don't know. You don't know exactly the nature of how that works. People told you that people who take the flyers to the mansion are able to come back and...
Well, then I guess I'll grab a flyer and head back to the manor.
Sure.
See if that'll let me in.
Approaching this time with flyer in hand, the gate does automatically swing open for you, and you're able to enter the manor grounds at the very least. Approaching the manor itself, you do notice that a good amount of landscaping and renovation has been done to the manor grounds, as well as the surrounding, as well as the manor itself. There's another couple of buildings that have been added. There is a carriage house that's been added to the side of the property where visiting people and presumably the lord also have carriages stashed away they can park, along with a accompanying stable to keep the horses. There is also another kind of like a stone, another stone building with a tower kind of adjacent to it, that you can see has a guard posted on top, who kind of watches you as you approach the mansion house. In fact, you do see a couple of other armored individuals patrolling the grounds as well.
Any of the guards look vaguely familiar? As
No, not that you can tell.
any of them have any of the symbols of fucking Hadrigan's goons for his guards?
No, none of them have the Sons of Zazani regalia on, nor do they have anything specifically pertaining to Hadrigan. They all wear the same set of armor, same weapons, but they don't have a tabard with like an allegiance on it, if that makes sense. Like they're hired workers. They're not royal guard or military adjacent.
Yeah, I imagine I'm probably getting a lot of guarded looks because I'm walking up with an eidolon.
You are getting a little bit of, curious stares, for sure. But these people have also seen a lot of foot traffic recently from people taking the flyers and arriving for work. So it's not something that they're particularly freaked out about. It's just that they're kind of like, oh, look, another one, another random adventure.
But none of them are from Larashev, otherwise they might have recognized me. Because again, I've only been gone a year, but I was active presence in the town while I was.
Sure.
For several months.
Now, approaching the front doors of the manor, As you are about to walk up kind of the front steps.
I
to
hope
double
I
doors
hope
here.
they didn't get rid. I hope the ghost butler's still here. I hope they didn't like fucking send him on his way.
The you are met with a magical apparition that appears before you, of the same tiefling individual that you had seen on the flyers. You can tell this tiefling man now in, his full countenance. He stands at, roughly 6 foot, maybe 6'1", wearing, very fine noble's clothing. You can see his skin is kind of a tinge of purple, and his eyes are solid red. And he has 2 horns, relatively short, that come out from his brow and curve back a little bit over the top of his head. Not particularly prominent. The apparition speaks to you as you approach with flyer in hand. Says, "Welcome, potential investor, potential adventurer. I am Lord Ambriel. I see you've come looking for work," he says. The thing gestures to the flyer that you're holding. "This is a recorded magical construct, here to direct you on matters that the Lord has interest in. If you're willing to take this work, feel free to listen in and return back when you've completed it. Payment will be rendered upon successful completion of the jobs available. Would you like to hear more?"
Sure.
Very well. Currently, there are 0 jobs available for adventurers. I'm sorry.
All right.
Please come back at another time.
All right. Upon hearing that, Chancellor. Okay. I've gotten a bit of better handle on my temper since a lot of this has gone down, but I'm starting to get a bit annoyed. So what Chancellor's gonna do is he's gonna flag down one of the guards.
Okay.
Is hopefully get one of them to come over.
What do you want?
To speak with the Lord. Are you from Lairchef, or are you relatively new here?
If you want to speak to the Lord, you'll have to make good on one of his jobs. Probably 7 of them, to be honest. Not a lot of people meet him.
Though, in all sincerity, are you from Lairchef?
I don't gotta answer that.
Well, see, because I've only been gone for 8 months, so seeing all the changes to my manor is actually rather interesting.
Your manor.
My name is Chance Fairweather. I was the lord of here until apparently, well, rather quickly upon me leaving.
Shit. And I'm the fucking king of Onyx. You're hilarious. No, I don't think so. Look,
You do know there was a lord here before this guy?
I don't care what you have to say. Look, if you're here for the job, go talk to the construct. Otherwise, get the fuck out. Well?
Would you hear me out if I produced my deed and writ of title that proves who I am?
What part of I don't care do you not understand? You have your options. Talk to the construct. If he's not got anything for you, fuck off. Come back in a week. Maybe he has something. I don't know.
Why do you gotta make this so difficult for me? I'm here to just try and sort out why my house is no longer my house. Sort all this shit. Okay, fine. You're just paid to guard the place. It's not your fault. I get it. Not your fucking fault. I'll leave. Just at least try to be a little bit less rough about it, because again, this is a lot happening.
I'm not paid to be nice. I'm paid to keep you out of the master's shit. So, if you don't have any more business, leave.
Yeah. You have a good day. Sorry for bothering you.
As you walk away, you hear him turn to another guard and says, "Few fucking arrows short of a quiver, that one."
You know, just because I've walked away doesn't mean I'm suddenly deaf to what you're saying.
They don't care. They don't care to talk to you anymore. They go back to doing whatever they were doing. Having been successfully rousted. Is there anything else you're doing at the manor before you depart? Are you going to try and do anything? Or...
No, why would I do that? Because again, these guards they're just paying the guard that place. It's not their fucking fault that they're being caught up in political bullshit.
Okay. So, if you want to keep your appointment with the mayor, unless you're camping, you'll need to stay at the tavern for a little while.
Yep. More than happy to pay for that.
Sure.
Do at least they recognize me there, or am I just a stranger in my own town?
No, they do. There's a lot of regular townsfolk at the same tavern that do recognize you. A lot of which kind of give you a wide berth for the most part, and whisper among themselves like in their own little circles. Not really approaching you, not really initiating any kind of conversation, but definitely you are a person of interest to those that recognize your face.
I will ask the bartender, like, can you fill me in on what's happened while I've been gone? Because, well, I didn't really exactly have the luxury of coming back until recently.
Yeah, I mean, sure. It's been a long time no see. Well, after you kind of disappeared for about a month or so, there wasn't anyone really able to get a hold of you. Mayor tried several times, several days in a row. We had decisions piling up that needed approval. And one day, there was a fancy man came into town in a carriage, started asking about the mayor, where to find him.
I assume that's my replacement that you're referring to?
No, this one was a different guy. He was a half-elf looking dude with a stupid mustache, to be honest. Came by, said he was something about royal business. Wanted to talk to the mayor, and hell, not but 2 weeks later, we had a new guy running the place, so people around here were kind of skeptical at first, didn't really know what the hell happened. All sorts of rumors flew about, but in the meantime, the new lord being here, facilitating stuff, had some kind of monetary stream. I guess he's some kind of wealthy merchant or something from the capital. Anyway, wormed his way into local politics and was appointed lordship of Larishev by the old king before he died.
Yeah. I'm going to be quite frank with you, because what's happened in the past few months, I was hoping to just come home and actually be able to just enjoy myself. Now I'm having all this to go with. My week has not been great.
Well, hell, I don't know where you've been for the last 8 months, but I mean, it's good to have you back, I suppose. It certainly quashes a lot of the random rumors you found some lady over in Arval and ran off with her.
I'll
now
be frank.
Owe fucking old man Jenkins 2 silver pieces for that.
No sane man wants to deal with what I had to deal with the past 8 months. A lot of new scars, just all I'm saying.
Such is the life of a wanderer, right?
Yeah. I came back. I came back quite literally as soon as I was able.
There is the matter of the investigator you hired. Don't forget that.
He got
You
dead.
figured out what happened to him. That was
Yeah, no,
that's another
he's
thing.
super dead.
He's way dead. he was a corpse in the final chamber of the altar of blood and shadow.
Oh, by the way, have people stopped looking for that investigator? Because while I was in Arval, I unfortunately found him.
No, his place was foreclosed upon months ago. I think it's a post house now.
Huh.
Postage house, something like that.
Yeah. Seems like a lot of the things I talked with the mayor from my absence before I left turned out pretty good. I'm actually glad Larshev's doing as well as it is.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, having someone with the capital to invest in improving the town plus political connections strong enough to get backing from other people really helps make the town grow. Got better defenses. Crime went up for a little while, but that's gone down. And hell, I'm making a killing.
That's
Just
good.
being a trading post, I'm now the main tavern and inn on the block.
Something I talked with the mayor before I left was the fact that Larshev is right on the main road for most of West Cernan, so I didn't see why I couldn't have made more of a actual post. But again, glad it's turned out as well as it has.
Yeah, one thing about the new guy, he's certainly got a penchant for marketing. For lack of a better word.
Did they ever get around to making that road to the Underdark that I told the mayor about?
No, that's not been in the cards as far as I know. Something about it being too expensive even for him. Although, with the town's prosperity, who knows? I heard the mayor talking about nixing that project months ago. Haven't heard anything since, so who knows? No idea.
Honestly, I thought the opportunity cost would be well worth it when I suggested, because opening up an easy trade route to the Underdark means a lot of goods that would be flowing through here that wouldn't be falling anywhere else. But so, is there any reason why a good chunk of people back there have been looking at me and whispering out of the whispering?
Like I said, rumors spread around when people aren't here. A lot of them thought you were dead. Some of them thought you ran off with a mistress.
I was dead for a little bit.
Sure, friend. I mean, there was kind of a tavern pool going on. He gestures to the side, and you can see kind of scratched into a corkboard. There's a what happened to the old lord like betting pool. The current pot of which is kind of. The current pot is somewhere in the neighborhood of 15 gold, with various bets such as, he died in this specific way, or found someone and ran off, or whatever. The bartender's like, I kept people's pledges for him, kept an ear out just in case anyone heard anything. But hey, welcome back, I suppose. Now I gotta make people be good on their bar tabs here. In fact, he reaches into his pocket and pulls out a couple of silver. Says, "Hey, Jenkins." Throws the silver across the room. Old man catches it in his hand. Says, "Thank you kindly."
Honestly, I'm just wondering how I'm going to get my house back, if I am at all.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know how all that works, but it's technically the Lord's manor. You ain't the Lord anymore, so you probably have to take that up with the crown at this point.
Probably. I'm gonna be waiting here a week at the least because I still have let the mayor know I'm still alive. So don't want up and leave before he comes back. We can kind of catch up on what I've missed.
Well, I have a couple rooms open.
Yeah.
Rooms are, well, they're a little bit harder to come by, so prices have increased since you've kind of been away. We're charging a gold a night at the moment for staying here. Meals inclusive, of course.
Yeah. Oh shit! I did get. I could have sworn I had cash in my inventory. Did I not have it?
Your inventory was just the items you got back. The cash has been added to the pockets of the Knights of the Black Circle.
Yeah, I was trying to wonder. Did I get was there any cash we found or anything I could have just foisted off at Providence?
I don't think so, unless you're willing to sell some stuff.
Yeah, I had a lot of alchemical shit, like the vials of Inkfester ink, fucking Chatterling chalk dust, warming wax.
I mean, you have a bunch of stuff. If you, I mean, if you want to sell it, there's places in town that you can sell it at. One place in particular that you remember. The alchemical shop in town that popped up before you left.
Can I give you a collateral? Because, well, like I said, things have not been very easy for me, and I can settle up tomorrow.
What kind of collateral?
I'll put one of the 50 GP rupees on the counter.
Well, hell, you can just pay me in this, and I'll give you change.
Sure, I'll take it.
Go. How many nights you looking for?
I'll say I'm going to be here a week at the least.
All right. He takes the ruby into the back room, back of the tavern. Comes back a little while later with a pouch. 43 gold. Change. And here's the key to your room. Top
Thank
floor.
you kindly.
Got you the best view I could get. Moment.
Thank you kindly. And all I gotta say is that it's good to be back.
Hell, holler if you need anything. I'll be here.
Yeah. So I had a chance to go up to his room, and tomorrow he will have Fuego guarding his room from the inside because I can just plug the windows and shit. And something Fuego has that will likely matter. Well, that could matter.
4 cents. Okay. 30 feet.
Good for guarding.
Sure. I'm gonna look up those alchemical ingredients here. In the meantime, we have other people in the call as well. Does anyone else have any other extensions of downtime they want to do? Before we move on with Chance's thing.
I mean, hasn't everyone else already done their downtime stuff? Wasn't I the last one to go?
You take as much time as you want to. I'm just wondering if anyone has anything to add to their pile of stuff they want to do. So they're sitting in the call, listening to what both of us talk.
I might be into looking at a mid-level job just to see what happens. So,
Sure.
Yeah, I'd probably try to get my feet wet on something a little bit more complicated, but maybe more rewarding.
Okay. A mid-rank job is generally speaking more difficult in terms of the DC set for the skill checks. It is also essentially 3 times as profitable, and it takes 2 weeks to do one of those jobs.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of extra
Okay.
time for a little bit of extra money. In a harder DC on the skill check.
I'll try one out, see what happens.
Pull up your sheet here, see what you've got. You have no new messages. Let's do a stealth check, a history check, and a religion check. So unfortunately, that's 3 failures. 3 in a row. You essentially spend 2 weeks failing a job, and
Oh, well.
receive no payment for that.
It happens.
It happens.
Yeah, well.
I was imagining this as like, stealing a book from the library or something like that. I don't know.
Now I'm
stealing
ready
a
for the
book,
big. Now I'm ready for the big time. Tries to carry out large, expensive-looking book over his head while whistling.
Yeah, doesn't exactly go to plan.
I found this book.
So trying to repo a first edition copy of a holy book from someone's collection that stole it from another person. They put a bounty out on him for the Adventurers Guild. Unfortunately.
Cool.
Unfortunately,
cool,
the book was
bro.
magically protected and didn't quite get the right one. So, no payment, unfortunate. Unfortunate for you. No successfully completed job either. So.
Whoever deity this belongs to told me to do it, man.
I just look away when I'm just like I don't know him.
Yeah, you don't have to have been there. You have 2 more weeks if you wanted to do your own mid-level job, by the way.
Sure, let's see how badly I do.
Sure, why not? Okay.
Good luck.
Let's see. For you, in terms of skill checks, we've got. Anytime. Let's do a. Do you want to take the same job?
Why not?
Sure. Okay. Religion, stealth, and history.
My God.
Now, even with the 2 failures, that 15 is technically still a success. So it is a successfully completed job. However, you get half the money. So you get 30 gold for completing that one. Um, 30 gold and 1 technically successfully completed job in the mid rank. Even sloppily done can be very lucrative if you manage to get at least 1 success.
How many medium rank do I have to do to progress anyway?
You need a total of 10 completed low rank and 1 completed mid rank. So that counts as your 1 completed mid rank. You need 4 more weeks of low rank jobs to rank up to the next.
And you said I have 2 weeks, so can I do 1 more low rank?
No, that was the medium rank job is 2 weeks to do.
Got it.
Low ranks are 1 week, mid ranks are 2 weeks.
So we're both sitting at 8, right?
Oops.
You're both sitting at 8 weeks total. Yes, Spence. Yes.
Yeah.
Got it.
So
Although I
this is
still
2
have
full
more.
months of adventure.
I still have more finished job than you do.
Oh,
He was slightly more, only slightly more successful.
And while being wanted, so hats off.
Also true. Okay. Funnily enough, stealth was the one you got. Correct.
Yeah, and I'm the
didn't recognize
horrible
you.
one.
It's fair enough. Essentially, you fumbled your way through the job, but you got it done. Alrighty.
Did it at the right time of day and found the shadows.
Anybody else?
Can I look at potential places in Orbival specifically where old dwarven places might be?
That is something that doesn't exist. as far as what's in his collection, there's not a lot of places that are like marked as here's an old dwarven shit, don't go near it. That are in, common record. That's something that needs to be done outside of whatever collection exists in Providence.
Got it.
Probably locally. You can find people who know the Underdark in specific areas that can tell you what generally is around. Okay, back to Chance then. Waiting a week. You're gonna sell your shit, right? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, sell the alchemical stuff.
Let's see. I know that there is a thing here. How many of each thing do you have?
How many of each? Let's see. I have 2 vials of Inkfester ink, 2 satchels worth of Chatterling chalk dust, and 3 lumps of warming wax.
Okay. That's a decent amount of alchemical ingredients. So, keeping in mind that the shop that you're going to sell these to is Ambriel Alchemical. The guy who took your spot also has a shop in town.
Oh wait, wasn't there that one lady alchemist who moved?
I don't know. If I'll look it up, and I don't remember that she has ever been there. I thought there was only one shop, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
Like there were several merchants I convinced to move to Larishev off of like tax breaks and fucking.
Sure, I don't have a list here of. There's an herbalist shop, but in terms of alchemical ingredients, that's the shop that exists in town. There's him, and then there's Gunter's Mixtures, but he's more of like an herbalist medicine place, not a arcane, not a purveyor of arcane ingredients such as these. If you had magical plants or something, for instance, if you had managed to harvest any of the thunder blooms or lightning vines or any of that, then you would talk to him. But in terms of these things specifically, you'd go to Ambriel Alchemical. That being said, make me a persuasion check to haggle this shit.
11. I just can't roll for shit today.
That's fine. For the lot of it, they'll give you 150 gold.
I'll take it. But yeah, I'll just hang out around town checking in on the people I do know here. Smith and one. I'll even check. I'll check in on basically all the people here that actually I knew personally.
Do you want to get anything out of it, aka carousing?
Define get anything out of it.
Essentially, if you want people to owe you a favor, or if you want to become, better acquainted with the people who you really don't know all that well in Larishev, to be honest.
Yeah, like I
That's-
interacted with a fair number of people, but also at the same time, probably not a whole lot.
Like if you spend your time just, you know, fucking around town, um, it's not the same as, you know, buying rounds of drinks for people and, you know, becoming a fixture in the tavern for a week, whereby people, you know, talk to you and spill stuff to you and you learn things and make contacts.
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
I think I'll do the second one then, but like buy drinks and then see what info I can dig up. Because again, I've been gone for fucking 8 months.
Sure. Now, there are two groups of people that exist in the tavern that you could carouse with. There's a lower class, aka the working class here in Lerashev, people who are employed by the businesses that exist here and people who work the farms, etc. Or there are the middle class who are the shop owners. Shop owners, farm owners, that kind of stuff. Depends on which type of person you wish to associate with.
Working class.
So, 10 gold, first of all.
All right.
At the end of make a persuasion check.
Watch me roll like ass once again. Oh. Okay. Rolls 20 just likes to prove me wrong.
Fair enough. The character has made 2 allied contacts. Congratulations. So you are you make friends with a couple of the people in town. First of all, Dean Budd, you were already kind of acquainted with. But it turns out Dean's a great drinking buddy. His shop has taken off significantly since the completion of his very own Shield Guardian. Gave him not only a kind of a tourist attraction, people watching this massive construct work on stuff, but also the means to make better weapons and armor. So his quality of work has also gone up well. Still not good at enchanting, but he doesn't need to be. He makes pretty good shit. But Dean Budd is now a closer acquaintance to you, a pretty good drinking buddy overall, and somebody that's somebody that you are now very very much more. You well. And then the other one I will say is let's see. Eloise is another one that people recommend that you kind of buddy up to. Eloise Halley is the owner of the Cattail Cottage, which is the general store. Also more prolific in business, but she always had a tendency to run up prices for people that she doesn't know personally. she overcharges on a lot of her shit, and people just take it because they're travelers and they just need stuff now. But being able to kind of get all kind of buddy with her means that she doesn't like overcharge for her shit anymore with you. On top of that, according to Xenothar's, they are essentially able to provide aid to you in certain scenarios where you might need them. And if you were to call upon their services, persuasion checks would be, the DC would be lower than normal with them than it would be with any other shopkeep that you would aim to talk to.
Currently speaking, the only thing I could think of what I could really use their help with, and it's something that's not going to come up till later, is if I have to argue that, hey, I was gone, but when I was here, I did my job, and I did it well. It wasn't exactly my fault I wasn't here.
Like, hey, we get you, man. We get you.
No. I'm saying this was me talking Hunter to VG. That like not
I understand.
Like,
I just like
everything-
doing the accent, brother.
Yeah, but it makes me confusing whether or not you realize I'm talking in or out of character.
I know, I get you. Yeah, I know, I get it. Talking to the people, explaining shit. You get a lot of like, I lost money on you, you piece of shit. But like,
I'm pretty certain they probably shut up once I start buying drinks.
yeah, everyone's happy when you buy them a drink. Go ahead and roll a D100 as well.
59.
Great. Cool. That's all I need to know. So there you go. Two people you can mark down as close acquaintances in Larishev. You've kind of buddied up with over the week. Now, at the end of this week, in the early morning, not quite afternoon, the mayor does return to town, and you do have a appointment with him. At your designated time.
What was the name of the lady again? So I can write it down.
Which one? The person you talked to? The contact?
Yeah, the cat tail thing.
Eloise Polly.
I assume you're about to tell me how to spell that, or you're about to send it somewhere.
I have to find it.
Appreciate you.
Okay. So, in the meantime, meeting with the mayor commences. You arrive back at town hall and are shown into the mayor's office. Now the mayor's office is a little bit better than it once was. It's far more established. A mayor of this of the stature of this important trade town now has to have a little bit of kickback, right? So you can see a very nice, beautifully crafted wooden desk, bookshelves on the walls, filled with books about who knows whatever a mayor would need. Several, stacks of paper, ink, cabinet full of spirits for people he needs to meet with in his office. Stuff like that. Very, kind of. I don't know how to put it. Like a step up, certainly, from where he was before. Now living kind of like at the top of local society. As you kind of walk in, says, "Well, I was very surprised when I got your message there."
I'd imagine so.
Yeah. I didn't think you were dead. I thought you found someone else and ran off to Arbol to stay there, to be honest.
Yeah, I saw your name on the betting pool.
Yeah, well, that's a friendly wager between townsfolk, right?
I don't begrudge you. Don't worry about that. Honestly, if I were in your position, I'd probably be wondering where the hell I was myself.
Hey, to be fair, you were enigmatic before you went missing for that long. Anyway, to what do I owe the pleasure of the visit here?
Honestly, I've been spending the past week trying to figure out how in any way I can fix all this. It's like a lot of the ideas we talked about worked out very well, but I'm just sitting there like, well, okay, I no longer have a house. The title I worked hard for, nearly died for, no longer mine. And it's not like I left. It's not like I meant to be gone for as long as I was. Like, believe me, I have the scars to show you. If I could have been here earlier, I would.
Hey, I don't blame you, brother. It's a little bit of a weird, sticky situation, but I mean, truth of the matter is, the town needed someone to back it. We were dealing with things as we were, but they were kind of fast tracked when we got that new lord, the Ambriel fellow. And truth be told, he's made the town, pretty profitable. A lot of businesses are cropping up every now and then. We get some rich folk coming around to spend their money at the local taverns. There's a massive influx of gold whenever somebody visits him at his manor. I mean, the guy has the connections. He has the backing. Certainly has helped turn the town into something, well, worthy of being on a map, really.
Yeah. Not entirely thrilled at a lot of the ideas I mentioned where he took credit for, but then again, he's the one, I guess, who funded them.
Yep. We were all kind of surprised. It all seemed to happen fairly quickly, but, I mean, a royal decree is a royal decree, right? I had to listen to that.
Yeah.
In terms of, like, I don't know, in terms of you getting your station back, I mean, maybe there's another tournament somewhere, I don't know, but this guy would have to be deposed, kind of like you were. And to be honest, I don't see that happening anytime soon. He's been doing right by the town. Nobody's been complaining.
Do you at least know what I did with the stuff I had in the manor? Because I had my belongings.
I mean, they were yours. His now.
Belongings that weren't tied to my title, personal belongings.
I mean, if they still exist, he probably has them in there. Unless he threw them out, I don't know. Not my house. I don't know what he does with your stuff. He's kind of secretive, to be honest. He doesn't come out much from the manor house to, grace the town with his presence, but...
I noticed. Seems to be more interested in whining and dining with the elite than actually visiting the city he's supposed to look after.
It has its perks. More and more nobles pass through town and blow their gold on whatever else we have here. That everyone seems to do, and yeah, we don't mind if he's, as long as he's here, we don't mind that he's absent from public view, for the most part.
I get it. I get it. I failed you all by being gone.
Well,
To keep hammering that point home.
hey, it was your own style. To be fair, you were moving things in a positive direction. It just wasn't as fast as this guy was. And given the comparison, just saying, there's a little chance you're going to convince people you do a better job when they look at what the previous establishment had to offer.
And it also doesn't help that a lot of my ideas he's taking credit for. But
Well, ideas are ideas until they're put down, worked on.
yeah, but you think the guy could have at least put my name down as like, the previous lord came up with the idea. I just finished it. You could at least done that. The common courtesy.
Just because you came up with it doesn't mean that it's your fault that it was done. I had ideas for the town too.
I'm not saying that. I was just would at least like to have my name mentioned in it.
Hey, it sucks, but
Yeah, I get it.
Sad to say, people didn't really care anymore. As soon as the new guy rolled into town, that was it. I mean, to be honest, we didn't think you were ever coming back, so out of sight, out of mind for the most part.
Yeah, I get you. Like I said, if I could have come back sooner, I would have. I physically was not able to.
Hey, shit happens, brother. That's just how things go. Although, I wish you good luck going forward. Hey, it's good to see you're alive. Yeah, we never found out what happened to Nash either, but I mean,
Remind me, above game, remind me, who's Nash?
Nash is the investigator, the PI.
Yeah, I did find him while I was in Arval.
Oh shit! Hey, is he doing all right?
In the next life, probably, hopefully.
Oh fuck! Well, that's another
Yeah, no,
Deadpool we gotta figure out.
he was, he unfortunately met his end in Arval.
Well,
Rather grisly sight.
ew. I don't need to know the details, but
Don't worry,
yeah, that's
I'm not gonna tell you.
unfortunate. That's unfortunate. I didn't take a bet on that one. He was already kind of down in the dumps. Didn't feel right. His business never really took off on the ground. Man, when he had that one break, I thought he was going off to do good things, but oh well.
Yeah, his job, he probably would have had better luck setting up shop somewhere a bit more, or at least either setting up shop now with how Larishev is, or set up in some at the larger cities before things took off here.
Well, to be honest, he set up a private investigator shop in a small trading town. Like, the most people ever paid him to do was figure out if someone was stealing from their wagons. At this point, with all the security we've got, with all the prosperity the town has, plus, the extra guard, there's not a whole lot that he would have been able to do here either. He'd have to go somewhere far more full of strife to make a business like that even worth it. I mean, hell, I'm surprised he didn't set up in the capital to begin with, but though maybe he didn't have the money to buy a building. Who knows? Yeah, well, let bygones be bygones, I suppose. Here, let me do this. And kind of hops off his chair, walks over to the cabinet on the side of the room, pulls out a bottle of like this amber liquor, uncorks it, and pours 2 glasses. To you being alive and to Nash having a better time elsewhere, we'll say. Alrighty. Well, this has been an interesting meeting, to say the least. Anything else you wanted to talk to me about, or?
It's
We
honestly
good?
good to know that Larishev is doing better, is doing good. That's regardless of me being here or not. That was the goal. Wanted the town to do well.
Well, I know it's bittersweet, but yeah, maybe it's for the best.
Well, you probably have other appointments today. I'll leave you to it.
Alright. Don't be a stranger now. And that concludes our meeting with the mayor. Now, in terms of reconvening, is everyone down with downtime they want to do? Everyone done with that?
I'm good.
Same here.
Cool.
One thing I would at least try to get from, at least inquire in, is like the belongings I had. Like I had.
Apart from getting into the manor somehow, you ain't gonna figure out. You ain't gonna figure anything out about that.
Could I at least ask the mayor, like, hey, do you have like a contact to him, so just try and see if I can get my stuff out, or at least see what he did with it.
I mean, like I said, he's kind of reclusive. Even I don't have a direct line to him, really. Just he sits on matters of mercantile proliferation. But other than that, I mean, I'm the one that runs the town. You don't really need to talk to him all that much, to be honest. We discuss when someone's trying to set up shop, whether or not it'd be good for the town, considering he's kind of our patron at the moment. But other than
there's
that,
nothing you can do.
not. I mean, I'm kind of busy here. I really don't have time to go chasing down your stuff for you. I'm sorry. Apart from,
Yeah.
like I said, apart from getting access to the manor, really no one that knows what happened to your old shit, whether or not it's in use or whether the new lord just replaced it all, threw it away, or sold it off. Who knows? Now that being said, you've only spent a week and a half in Larishev out of the 8 that other people are spending doing adventuring. So if you have any other downtime activities other than this kind of jaunt to Larishev, be my guest.
One thing I would like to do is, like, it seems like I'm not going to be able to get my stuff back, so I'm just going to quit pushing on that thread.
I mean, when we get back together, you could, try to raid the damn place.
No.
Just saying this possible.
Alright, we're all wanted already. Why add more fuel to the fire?
Yeah, see, he gets it.
Hey, I've still got my good name. Apparently not much skill, but that's something.
Hell, we might as well lean into the outlaw angle. Everyone becomes a cowboy. Cool.
So,
No.
as I understand it, I should probably at least head to the capital, let whoever was in charge of, like, whoever oversaw a lot of my shit, like, say, hey, I'm not dead, for the record.
Head to the what? Where are you going for that?
Well, it was mentioned by several people that, if if you want to try and see about either getting your title back or at least setting something straight, you'd probably have to go to the capital and sort that out. That was said.
Oh, you mean Onik?
Yeah. Sorry, I was temporarily distracted by something happening.
And just go there and be like, hey, not dead, for the record.
Sure. God, where to even begin? I mean, in order to even come close to the correct people to talk to about that, I would call that carousing with the upper class, which is far more expensive than the other ones.
Here's the thing.
Nobody knows or wants to talk to you, to be honest, unless you're going to, like, the college to talk to Dryalis. They're not high society, quote unquote. They're not lords and ladies. They're not the people who govern. They're all teachers,
I mean, Dryalis might at least have connections and could help me out, and at least having some allies in the situation would be thankful.
Sure, I mean, she's around. By the way, no one bothered to contact her, as far as I know. She still thinks you guys are missing.
I haven't had a chance to. Larishev was supposed to be my first priority, because that was my job.
Yeah, I know. So here's the deal: carousing with nobility, getting an in with them, making any kind of contact at all is going to cost money. It costs money. It costs time, as always.
I got time.
In order to get any kind of contact in that sphere of influence, when you haven't really invested in that before because of adventuring reasons, and completely, that's fine. That's great. That's how things shook out. That's fine. So it's 250 gold for a work week of carousing with them. And not only that, you don't have the noble background, do you? You have a different background, right?
Antiquarian.
Yeah. So you don't really have an automatic in anyway.
Something I would at least.
It's not hard to pretend to be one.
Here's the thing. Let me just point this out. I don't think I would I would maybe lose my stewardship because the other guy is taking place, but I still would have a title, right? Like, I'd still be basically a hedge knight because I won that tournament. Like, that's a thing.
I mean, if they considered you to be still alive, then you don't know what story was spun to get you replaced. Learning about that would be, rubbing elbows with the people who know.
Yeah. So first thing I'll do, because could I maybe cut the cost or get any kind of assistance from Dryhouse once I arrive? Like, hey, a lot of shit happened. Yeah.
Well, first of all, she's interested to hear from you after so long of being away, considering that no one was able to contact anyone for quite a while. Sendings to you and to the other members of Scholars March fell on deaf ears for the most part. And essentially, she as well as other people assumed you were just fucking dead. No one was ever reaching.
Do we know? We know that at least the college is largely not tied to the Black Circle, am I correctly?
As far as you know, yeah.
Yeah. So Chance will at least fill in Dryhouse a lot, but keep a lot of the names and certain details hush.
Okay. Catch her up to speed as much as you can.
Yeah. Like most of Scholars March is dead. It's quite literally just me and Tavanta that survived. Tavanta's currently spending time with his family because we've been gone for 8 months.
Yeah. I will say that she does put 2 and 2 together because there are 2 former students of the college that are kind of adjacent to all this random stuff happening. One of which was actively looking for Scholars March, and the other one is currently a wanted criminal. So
wait, I'm both of those.
You're also, yeah, that's true. You were also doing that. I guess two of which were looking for Scholars March, and and one of which is a wanted criminal. Both of which are currently in the city right now, by the way. They're currently here. She puts 2 and 2 together and is like, yeah, these 2 plus you being back equals they probably are in cahoots with each other. She's smart enough to do that. But in the meantime, Bryalis doesn't have a lot of influence in current court politics. I would say above ground here. Her family is Underdark nobility. They are more closely related to the other kingdom, whatever it was called.
Pretty much all just trying to get just like any help she'd be able to offer, because he is kind of not in a good spot.
Yeah. Trying to find the fucking where I wrote it. Tiramas, that's what it was. Tiramas, the drow, the Underdark kingdom allied with Onyx. Her family is a noble family from the Underdark. So that's where she has most of her sway. Though she is a teacher at the college, that is her primary role, not as like her background may be noble, but her current profession is professor. She has essentially been able to keep up with nobility as it stands. That's mostly for the headmaster to do. Her day-to-day stuff involves teaching her students and, in the meantime, keeping an eye on the stuff that you guys had been discussing for the past, year or so. So in terms of inroads into this current establishment, not a lot she can do. If you wanted to leverage that connection, if you had any kind of reason to be in the Underdark, then that would be a different story.
Well, one thing I will say to kind of counter what you're saying, she was important enough to be at the ball.
Right, as a guest of Ivan, the headmaster.
No. Yeah, you're right. Fair enough. Chance is just kind of sit, I guess, like in her office. This was where the conversation happened. Chance is kind of sitting there with his head in his hand, just like,
essentially, she is a powerful mage. There's not a lot of them that exist in the world that are as powerful as she is, which grants her, a level of what do you call it? Infamy, I guess. It grants her, a
Notoriety.
heightened perception around her, notoriety. Yeah, good. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. But in terms of political pull, not as much as other people would be. She's not a part of that world. She's adjacent to. People are aware of her, but only tangentially. So it's up to you whether you have the funding and time to do the noble carousing thing. Other than that, since you're made the trip to Onyx, you can also take your extended time to do adventuring, earn some cash, maybe.
Cash money.
Say it. Repeat that last bit. Sorry.
You can if you're in Onyx, if you want to go to the Adventurers Guild and do that, you can. There's other downtime activities available. If you don't want to spend the 250, or can't spend the 250, as the case may be. I don't know what your gold looks like right now.
183.
Yeah. So you've essentially got.
And dry out
6
can't
weeks.
help at all.
Not with what you're asking for, no. The people that, first of all, that know what happened, and the people that are in charge of that kind of decision, are like not in her wheelhouse. She doesn't have any reason to talk to these people. For the most part, these people deal with matters of state. She's not invested in that, for the most part. So I'll leave it up to you. You have 6 extra weeks of downtime from what the other people are doing.
I am a member of the Adventurers Guild. That did happen before everything fell apart in Arval.
Mhm.
So I guess.
Do you have a rank? Do you have like a list of completed jobs so I know where you stand?
On hand, no.
Did you just join and then not do anything? I don't remember. I honestly don't remember what you may or may not have done.
I think we joined, but we didn't do anything because we had other stuff we were wanting to do first.
All right. So starting from ground zero, then, if you want to go ahead and do that, you can absolutely do that. With 6 weeks, you can do 6 low-rank jobs, considering you're an initiate.
How much was the pay on those? Like per job, for the record?
10 gold times your guild rank, unless you roll 3 successes and it's double.
Alright, yeah.
So
Chance
keep in
will-
mind that in order to rank up, you need 5 completed jobs, which only requires 1 success on any of the skill checks for those 5. And
Yeah.
on level up, your guild rank goes up to 2, which is, double the money anyway for a low rank job. You get paid 20 gold instead of 10 when you're a rank 2 adventurer doing a low rank job.
Yeah, so it seems what I'll have to do is I'll do 6 weeks of this and hope, and then maybe spend an extra week for the carousing.
Okay, we shall see. So let's do skill checks. Okay.
I would prefer. I prefer like something more towards the intellectual side of things. That's what Chance is good at.
I understand. So the way that it works is, I pick the 3 skills, but one of them has to be one that you're proficient in. At least one of them has to be. And what I try and do is I try to pick related skills to each other. If you say you want to err on the side of more intellectual jobs, that's fine. May or may not be available, but I'll keep that in mind. So let's do, for the first one, let's do nature, survival, and perception.
Do I have these with myself, or can I use, or because I do have Fuego?
You roll those for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just wondering because, like, hey, I have like a whole other character sheet effectively that has skill proficiencies that I don't.
No, he's not the one taking the jobs. You are.
Okay. Nature.
Yep.
Survival. Hey, what was the last one?
Perception.
Perception.
Great. 3 successes. Fantastic. So, 1 completed and 20 gold. Then we will do investigation, persuasion, and insight.
You said investigation, persuasion, insight.
Yeah. Yep. 2 successes. Normal job. That is 10 more gold and 2 completed. For the third one, we'll do history, arcana, and religion.
What word? Repeat. Arcana.
History, arcana, religion.
All right.
Great. That's another 20 gold and 3 completed. You're up at 50 now. We will do. Let's do nature, insight, and athletics. Great. 2 successes, I'll take it. Another 10 gold, another completed one. That's 60 gold total and 4 completed. Next one we will do. Let's do Arcana, Perception, and Sleight of Hand. Okay. 70 gold total and 5 completed, and this next one will be done at rank 2 because you do have 5 completed jobs. So for the final one, we'll do history, acrobatics, and stealth. Great, awesome. Okay, so that is 20 gold, rounding you off to 90 total, and 6 completed low-rank jobs.
Yep. And I will spend 1 extra week do the carousing for 250.
Okay. So 250 and carousing with the upper class. Been here before, you know the establishments. It is a charisma persuasion check.
22.
Easy. So, as charismatic as you are, and as invested in this as you have had to be, you make 3 allied contacts among the nobility. If I can find here. Give me a second.
Robaz crying tears in the background.
Let me see if I can find the list of people.
I'm just glad our contract factors in, like, hey, if you physically can't be there, it doesn't break the contract.
Okay. So, the people that you would have the most success in schmoozing with are men of action. Not so much landowners, but people who have seen their fair share of combat, who you can share stories of battle with, battle and adventure, and excitement and stuff like that. And I will give you three names who are relatively familiar to you. All of which are knights with their own holds adjacent to and in and around the capital city. These are Sir Roderick Height, Knight of Roses. He is an
I actually have him.
Yeah, I'm going to give you the three judges from the tournament of champions. Sir Roderick Height, Sigmund Belfast, and Chiron Wintergrass. Yeah. Those three are the ones that you're going to be able to kind of cozy up to, let's say. Sharing, finding them among the upper society places of interest in the city and striking up riveting conversation with them about their old days as military personnel and conquests and adventures that they've been on, and sharing your own stories of conquest and adventure to whatever degree you wish. I don't know how much you've written down for each person, but
I barely just had their names written down, and I just added noble contact next to their names now.
Yeah, so you want to write like personality-wise what these people do. Sir Roderick has a reputation for being overly dramatic. He's a very like melodramatic, like showmanship type of guy. Still trained as a knight, but for the most part he does it as like a what do you call it? Like he's a clout chaser, basically.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a bit of a drama queen next to Height.
Pretty much, yeah. Sir Belfast is a more traditional, grizzled veteran. He's an older knight who was once a very, very prominent military leader. His family, his noble-ish family, traces itself back through the war with Netria several decades ago, and they made their names known as heroes in the battlefield first, and then as they leveraged that, they got holdings and land later. You learn that he is not the biggest fan of Hadrigan. He doesn't like the way that Hadrigan does business. He finds him slimy and untruthful. Not much that he can do, since Hadrigan technically holds higher standing and has the ear of the current king of Onyx a lot more than he does. But generally holds a disdain for Belfast. Generally holds a disdain for Hadrigan and his ilk. And then Chiron Wintergrasp he's a paladin that follows the core. He's a paladin of the core.
All right.
So he has land and titles, but he mostly deals with trying to, he's kind of like you were, where he has land and he holds it. Technically, he has like a plot that he maintains as kind of a base of operations for himself, but for the most part, he actually is part of the Adventurers Guild. And he has made a name for himself there in order to kind of spread the doctrine of the core more, and he has, dealings within the chantry of the core and all that fun stuff.
Okay.
So, being able to leverage political value is useful for a church to do. So he has taken it upon himself to do that. Those
So
three guys.
me being in the Adventurers Guild probably is a plus in his eyes.
Now he's relatively new to the to being in Onyx. Chiron Wintergraspis. He was originally part of Ursuval's retinue of knights, and he was brought over when Ursuval took the crown and given lands over here.
Is he okay, yeah. So, and these are also probably the three best people to have on my end. Trying to make it clear to no, I'm not dead, still around.
I mean, they know you. They judged your championship. They were the ones that voted on your inclusion into the whole shtick.
And so I'm saying they're probably some of the best people I could find for that to try and move that along, as they were there, they were judges, they can vouch.
Yeah, of course, and as surprised as they were to find you alive, they express a like even they know that Larishev was under new management, as it were, as close as they are with state figureheads and people who are now in greater positions of power than before. And they do express a level of not pity. What am I thinking of? Sincere apology? I don't know, something like that. Empathy.
Sympathy.
There we go. Yeah, sympathy. There you go. Whatever it is. That you were ousted, but at the same time, it's like, well, nobody knew if you were alive or dead.
At this point, Chance is trying to make it clear that I'm not. He's just trying to set the record that he's not dead. He's not even trying to get Larishev back at this stage, because that's going to be a much longer and arduous process. He's just at the moment just trying to make it clear to the people that need to know that I'm not dead.
I'm not dead yet. I feel happy.
Not dead yet. I think I can walk. Go ahead. Also, roll me a D100.
10.
A 10, you say?
Oh god.
Not great, but
Well. Roll a D8.
5.
While you are becoming more buddy with the knights here, with the local lordships, you draw the ire of a local noble. There is in the circles that these people frequent, which generally speaking is, it's upper class but very like gentleman's clubby. Wherever they would go, they would find like highbrow places to drink and eat and discuss old war stories and things like that. And there are a number of people who respect them, but there's also people that are kind of like hangers on and like on the outskirts, like trying to get into their group, but they just don't have the clout to impress them. There is one such local lord, who I will refer to as Lord Snively because I don't have a name prepared for this. We'll call him Lord Eamon Snively. Sure, why not? Make that.
You know what? I'm here for it.
Lord Eamon Snively is a gangly, awkward toothpick of a man who really is the opposite of a picture of a warrior. He was he was enrolled in the Thograpist Academy. He knows a little bit of magic. I'm
just picturing that Chance, despite being kind of weedy, is probably looks like he could probably break this guy in half.
Well, you're not the most physically imposing, but you're also covered in battle scars, and
Yeah.
you know your way around. So like you have an eidolon with you. You have a series of gear and magical items that were have seen battle. Some of your crap is kind of dinged up and banged around because of combat and stuff like that. So
Yeah, saying even because like Chance still has like a +1 modifier to his strength, and I'm picturing this guy probably has like a 7 in his strength.
He's like the exact opposite of what these people are, but he wants to be able to command the same respect that they do. So he kind of hangs around like a leech, like trying to gain some of that that clout just by association, and they really just
Oh
don't
god,
like
it's a fanboy.
Yeah, he's not even like a fanboy. He's just trying to like leech off of other people's success by being next to them. And like he like goes to the same places that they do and tells them, "Yeah, I know those guys. I'm like I'm like one of their hedge wizards or whatever, and they totally know me," and blah blah blah, like trying to pick up women and stuff like that. He's really, really awful dude. He does not appreciate that you show up into town and immediately have more sway with them than he does, just by virtue of the fact that you've actually done adventuring and have been in actual combat in life. And they can recognize that fairly readily.
Oh, he's pretty much Valerian if he didn't go adventuring. God.
Sort of, yeah. If you want to think of it that way, pretty much. He's awful. He's not a great guy. He's like in his early 30s, but he's balding already, and he has like this awful like short, stupid mustache that is supposed to make him look more distinguished, but really just makes him look greasy and gross. Not the greatest guy in the world. He doesn't like you. we'll put it at that for now. He's not a part of the Chance fan club here.
Does he try anything, or is he just like being a whiny piss baby?
I mean, there's nothing that he can really do at the moment. I'm just saying that is something that you have drawn the ire of a local noble. What that means in the future, we shall figure out.
Game knows game, and all he got is mustache.
I don't know what that means just yet because we just rolled it, so I'll figure it out later. But just keep in mind that you have drawn Lord Snively's ire. He may, despite his greasy countenance, he still is a minor lord. He's part of the noble caste. He was sent to school. His school was paid for by his parents and all that fun stuff. So whatever sway he can leverage, he might do so against you.
Yeah. But I assume with the context I've made, I can at least, like, if not get my stewardship reinstated, but get my title re-acknowledged. Like, yeah, no, you still have your title because you're not dead.
I mean, your title as a as a champion of that tournament is still intact, considering that you are alive. As far as the holdings that it would grant you, well, that's already been given to someone else, so that's not up for debate.
Yeah, I'm not...
Although, the recognizing of the fact that you have done things is certainly a thing. And also the fact that you have done, prior to this, you had made a little bit of a name of yourself in the Adventurers Guild, and one of them is a higher ranking member of the Adventurers Guild, recognizes that you are putting in the work. You did basically, a month and some change of adventuring for them before you even deigned to try and carouse with these people. So it's not like you were just coming in on the scene and, with no reason to. Like you had been already kind of adventuring in this area. You learned about him through the guild, and then arrived in the same spaces as he did, and had something in common. Talking specifically of Lord Wintergrasp. So
pretty much all Chance is trying to do is just make it clear that because he was effectively a hedge knight, just trying to get that clarified and effectively reinstated.
Yeah, there is a level of respect there that you get from these three gentlemen, that perhaps can be leveraged for further further gains later down the road.
Yep. Like I might eventually try and get get my holdings back, but that's further down the line. Right now, Chance is just trying to return to 0 effectively instead of being in the negatives.
Sure.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah. God damn it. Eamon Snively. Alrighty, cool. And now I saw that there was a long time ago a message about other downtime things that happen, so let's go to that real quick.
Way back, but this would be during the week of carousing, I guess, since that's after the original 8. So because the week of carousing would push us to 9, right?
Yeah.
Think?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was just wanting to take data to probably ritual cast Identify on the remains of that animated robe and the unknown wizard hat. See if there's anything particularly magical about either item. And I would definitely, assuming there's enough pieces left of the robe, try to use mending on it to, make it unshredded. And I'm definitely going to, depending on what I find out about them, I might consider selling them off. And I've definitely got a few other things I'd like to sell, because there's a couple of things I would like to shop for through the Adventurers Guild, depending on what they got. I don't know if I'm high enough level yet to get that discount thing, or if that's a journeyman thing. I forget.
I think it's a journeyman thing to get discounts at shops.
Okay, cool. All right, then.
So for the robe,
pay regular price. So.
The hat is nothing. The hat doesn't do anything. It's just a hat.
It's a hat.
Yeah.
Well.
However, the remains of the robe are actually useful. These things. Let's see. Did I have you roll a thing? I don't know if you rolled a thing on it. I don't think I had you roll history or arcana on these, right?
I don't think so.
You can roll history or arcana if you want to, and I can maybe give you some insight as to what this thing is.
Okay. So Identify doesn't affect that, right? It just okay, cool.
Yeah, I'll say this: like, you might not have to roll Identify if you roll high enough on this. It's either history or arcana. There's two different.
Yeah,
answers.
I'll try a regular arcana roll and see what happens.
Great. That's exactly the DC you needed for the higher level arcana. So, this thing is called an apamerol. It is a self-replicating plague, essentially. Essentially, what it does is it tries to get people to wear it, forcefully or otherwise, and then takes control of the host. And then directs its host to make more apamerols by using rare textiles and threads and enchanting things, and essentially funding it to their own detriment, funding the construction of more of them. A lot of the times, in the case of an apamerol breakout, there is like sheep go missing and textile shops are robbed because people don't have the money to buy the thread necessary, and everyone suddenly is wearing like fine clothing all of a sudden. And every now and then, among like bigger cities where textiles are more prevalent, the Adventurers Guild has to go and put down the infestation a little bit.
Yikes.
But essentially, it's a slow, crushing death for anyone that is actually taken over by an apamerol.
So is that?
They are cloth constructs. They are immune to poison and psychic damage, vulnerable to fire damage, and provided that their remains are not consumed by flame in combat. If you take the trace amounts of magic present in the threads of an apamerol, even if you kill it, you can sell them for money, or if you get enough of them, you can craft magical items from them. Specifically, if you kill 10 of them somewhere, you can craft a cloak of protection.
Yeah. Okay. That's all well and good.
Than that, you can sell the scraps for 50 gold.
All right. That's probably what I'd do. I got a question just for how to spell it. Apamarole. I'm guessing.
I'll copy paste.
I guess it doesn't matter that much, but still,
I don't wanna
good to
spoil
know.
that.
Oh,
It's a
I was
parm
very
roll, apparently.
a Parmer. Oh, I get it, like apparel, but oh, I get it. Yeah. All right, almost got it.
Something like that.
Missed one of the P's.
I missed the R, so no worries.
Yeah.
That's how that goes. So yeah, if you want to sell it for
Okay.
$50, you can. There's magic item shops in the town. You can sell it.
Yeah, I would.
It's also the college.
I would,
if you want to sell the remains to
yeah.
the college, they'll take it too. Either one works.
Yeah, I would definitely do that. I would probably see also what I could get for the random unknown wizard style hat that's just a hat. I imagine I could get maybe some copper for that. I don't know, but I will take what I can get.
Oh, the hat's just a hat? Thought it was
Yeah.
magic.
Nope, it's just a hat.
It was just some hat that was with it. So, okay. Getting rid of the Parmerol stuff and...
I mean, it's a nice hat. I'll give you 5 silver for it.
Heck yeah.
That's about it. Yeah.
Right.
It's just a hat, unless you want to wear it. But
No. I was gonna sell. I'll sell it for the 5 silver. That's cool. Not kidding. Okay, 5 silver. And how much would I get for the random, like the ordinary wooden wand that was just a non-magical spell focus that I found at Hadrigan's? That's just like a wood wand spell focus. I don't remember exactly how much those are, but that's just extra stuff I don't need. So
see if there's a price tag associated with it.
Mm.
Let's see. It's probably in venturing gear.
Mm.
Here, let's see. Arcane foci. A wand is worth 10 gold. So if you were to resell it, a used wand, I would say is 5 gold.
Okay. All right, doing that. And let's see, that's still not quite getting me where I need to go. All right.
It's 1 pound? That's crazy. It's a heavy wand.
Okay, that's off the list. Okay, and let's see. Did also have a question. Would there be an apothecary shop around here where I could sell this midnight shade flower that I found?
Yes.
The one that can be refined into a very deadly poison? I would probably be interested.
The Ambriel Alchemical has a branch here.
Okay. How much would they be willing to pay for that, do you think?
I'm gonna roll for it.
Okay.
Wait, Ambriel Alchemical has a branch in Providence?
No, in Larishev and Onik. Remember, he's in Onik doing adventure stuff.
Yep. The big city.
I'll use my new green dice that I just got.
Why not? Green for herbal stuff.
You 2d6 times 10. Right, so they'll pay you 100 gold for it. It's kind of a rare flower.
Nice. Okay. All right, doing that. And that'll put me up to that. Okay. And how much would I get for this old wizard's or hat of wizardry that I've got? It's a common magic item, so I don't know what those go for, especially on the resale market, but
it's usually
I really don't.
Upwards of 50 gold, but if it's a resale item, I give it to you for 30.
So, okay, so no, I mean I'm selling it, so I would get 30 for it, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Cool.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah. All right. That's something. Oh, that's good. And let's see here. Got that out of there. Sorry if I'm just taking forever to go through this, but I've accumulated a lot of just stuff. So,
that's how it works, man. You loot your enemies and then sell the shit you don't need.
Yep. Don't really want to sell that. Let's see. Nah. Sorry, looking. Well, I guess I've got a couple of vials of Quicksilver. How much would one of those sell for? Probably not too much.
Mercury's
Just a
pretty hard to come by. Let's say 24 gold.
24. Okay. And I don't know if I want to do that. All right. Down to 1. Okay.
I really want to be able to do Lemon Grab's voice from Adventure Time for Eamon Snively.
I can't do it, but
it would be too loud and annoying on my end if I were to try and do it, but it would be really fun.
Unacceptable.
God, if I didn't have neighbors, I would do.
All right. Well, let's see. Nope, and not really. Okay. I guess. And I'm tempted to because I could get some good money for it. I don't know. Just to see how much it would be, because I know it's a pretty rare item. If I was to sell the Candle of Invocation I picked up in the tower, how much would I be getting for that?
That one.
It's
pretty rare.
Completely unused. So
there's a thing for selling a magic. I think I would fall back on here.
Okay.
Because that one takes time to find the person that's able to buy it in the first place.
Yeah, they'd have to be the right alignment for it to be much use for them. So, for one of the functions.
Not only that, but it's an expensive item in the first place. So finding someone with gold to buy it.
Yeah, that might take the rest of the week. I don't know.
Okay. Spend 1 work week and 25 gold. You can advertise the candle as for sale. And then you make a persuasion check to determine what you can get for it.
Man, I'm not very good at persuasion. I don't know if I necessarily want to go with that. All right.
What's the candle? What rarity is it? Did you ever look it up?
I think it is. Hold on a minute, I think it says, doesn't it? Thought it was very rare, but let's make sure.
Might be, but I'm double check here. So, Candle of Invocation is very rare, which means you stand to gain a lot from selling it. A lot.
Yeah, I mean, the hell with it. I could really use the money for a lot of things, and it's a really cool item. But yeah, I'm gonna spend the 25 gold right now to advertise it for a work week. See if I can get someone interested in purchasing it, and I will probably get completely hosed on the on the sale price, but completely hosed on a lot of money is still a decent amount. So bless you, if that's or I don't know if that's still PC.
So it's persuasion check.
Yeah. Let me just take the 25 out here real quick.
Look, I'm gonna say in response to that, that wondering there, buddy. I'm just looking at the cross hanging on my wall right now. So.
Oh, fair enough. Okay. Yeah, I'll just attempt to. Hey, is there anyone? You know what? The heck with it. I'm not too proud. Is there anyone I can impose upon to help me out with some guidance on this thing? If not,
no.
I won't do it.
I'm nowhere near you.
This is all
fair
you.
enough.
Guidance doesn't have any factor in it because it's guidance is for like one-time checks in the moment. It's not for spending a week of time doing something.
That's a good point. Yeah, it wouldn't be extended. That's the whole week of trying to. Okay, yeah, that makes.
You'd have to like
makes sense.
hire
All right.
someone to constantly cast guidance on
All
you all the time.
Yeah, that would
Makes
be
no sense.
wow. Yeah, that would probably be cost prohibitive. So, all right. Okay, I will attempt.
I
to
mean,
make
it would be funny.
every
Yeah.
60 seconds, someone slaps you on the back and casts guidance on you.
Yeah, at however much per cast. No, thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
No. Let's not invent subscription services here, okay?
Subscribe to
I don't know. It sounds very promising.
No.
No.
only clerics.
All right. Oh, terrible. All right. Let's see.
It's been taken
Alright,
over by a
sure.
sex demon. The only thing we can do is excise it.
Cease.
No.
The power of Christ
Sis.
compels you.
All right. Persuasion. Here goes. I'm sure it'll go badly. Here we are.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Told you.
Okay.
I will get rock. The only person offering me money will offer me rock bottom dollar for it. Fantastic.
Yeah,
At least it wasn't a 1, I guess.
Yeah, it is a very rare magic item, but it is
Yay.
also a very specific magic item.
Yeah.
What
You
was
do
the
get
item
an
you're trying to
offer.
sell?
A candle and invocation. You do get an offer of 10,000 gold for it, though. You can opt now. You can always opt not to sell it and spend another 25 gold to try again. There's an increased risk of complication when that happens, but it's up to you.
You know what? I am gonna take that risk and spend an extra week. Although again, that'll put us up to 10 weeks. So.
That puts you up to 11.
Oh, would it? Okay, yeah, because I spent. All right, sounds good.
Lord, this
Does
downtime is.
that mean I still have some downtime available? So I might just
Everybody
Yes,
does.
everybody does. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like I said, you guys can take
I'm
as
just-
much downtime as you want to do your stuff.
All right. Spending the 25 gold. Oh boy, again. And yeah, I am going to take one more week and see if I can possibly get a better result. There's only one worse one I can get, right? Oh boy.
There's different tiers of stuff. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, here goes. All right. Persuasion. There. All right. Let's see what happens.
Much better.
Hey, that's not bad.
So
Okay.
We take
your
those.
yeah, your patience has paid off because there is another offer that comes in from a wizard who is traveling through and seeing your advertisements around town. Who comes in and immediately offers you 20,000 gold for it.
I will take it. Thank you, sir, and have a pleasant day.
Yeah. He just drops this massive sack of money in front of you and goes 20,000 for the candle, and you're like, "Yep," and you just fucking give it over. Easily enough to do, no problem.
Sold. All right.
I'm just picturing Limestone does like a little bit of a. Let's see, going once, going twice. Anybody else? As like a bit of a gag, looking at the empty room he's sitting in.
Oops.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably like exaggerating,
Okay.
like scanning the back. Like,
Yeah. Finally,
So-
someone who knows what this thing's worth. Okay,
This
now
could create.
that being said,
this could-
I do need you to roll a D100 for me.
Yay. Oh boy. See
complication
what
table.
happens.
Just don't roll under 20.
Yay. Well, I will try my best.
Easy enough, no complications. Okay.
Cool. All right. A thing. I don't know if it's something that's tracked in game, but I am noticing here on my sheet, if I add that many gold, it puts me up pretty high on weight, and I don't think I have a bag of holding. So
No, I mean, if you want to convert it to platinum, you certainly can.
yeah, I
it
think that would
is-
be smart. So
It's
I don't know if that-
2,000 platinum, I think.
yeah.
Or is-
So let's
yeah,
just.
gold is 10 gold is 1 platinum, right? I think
That's right. So
Hold on.
Yeah,
I want to make sure that's correct.
Let's just do that and see what happens. Okay. Oh, still overweight, but less overweight. Okay, cool, I guess.
I mean, a bag of holding's fairly cheap. You could probably just buy one.
That's I don't know what that runs, but
It's fairly
I
cheap
would-
as far as magic items go. It's not like
yeah,
the most
yeah, I would definitely ask around about that and a couple of other things. So,
1 silver is 10 copper, 1 gold is 10 silver. I'm assuming that means that one.
yeah, one platinum's 10 gold.
Yeah.
And I forget what electrum is. I think it's
Electrum doesn't.
We do not
exist.
talk about Electrum. We
okay.
don't talk
Yeah,
about
It's a
Electrum.
bastard child. We don't talk about it.
Like I
Ah.
had a couple electric
Ah.
that I had for like historical purposes, but that's
Ah.
probably gone along with
Electrum
all
is
of
like finding
Ah.
a $2 bill. It's like it's rare.
Ah,
It's still technically
the-
worth something, but
the Bruno of currency. I understand.
yeah,
We don't talk about Bruno.
it's essentially like a $5 bill. Essentially, is what it's supposed to be. But everyone, it's like if a $5 bill existed, but everyone still preferred to pay in $1 bills every time they had to spend $5.
Yeah. No fives, thanks. All right, got it. Yeah, I will definitely go shopping for 1 bag of holding, whatever that might cost, because I need something to hold all this too much stuff. So I don't know what I need to do about that precisely, but sure. Okay.
Sure. A bag of holding is an uncommon item. If you spend $200, I'll give it to you. It's easy enough.
Okay, I will do that, and then that will put me down by. Let's see. Put it down at. All right. And we'll just do that. Okay. There we go. Took out 100 from the gold and 10, the equivalent of 100 out of the platinum. So did that. And I will add that on to the list. And I am also going to shop for, I think, 1 spell scroll. I would probably, if I can, I don't know if I need to go through the university bookstore at the, assuming that's a thing, at Thogrevist. I am an alum there, so maybe they'd
You're also
be willing.
wanted.
No,
he's not.
personally, I am
I'm the
not.
wanted. I'm the graduate and the wanted, not him.
Which is pretty amusing considering my character's background, and that's all I will say about it. But it's funny. Anyway, so I will go shopping either at the university or some other magic item shop for a scroll of a particular spell, and that aforementioned spell is going to be borrowed knowledge. So I think, I would.
A popular one among mages at the college.
Yeah, I figure it would be something that they would tend to have in a variety of different colors. If you want to be stylish with it. So,
so there's a magic item. There's a magic scribing shop that exists in the capital city called the Sage's Scroll Book. That specifically does scribing materials for wizards. Essentially, how it works is you leave your spell book with them, and they scribe it for you.
What's the charge on that?
It's
what?
It's the normal charge for scribing it plus an additional percentage based on the level of the spell. So what spell are you? What level is the spell that you're trying to do?
It's a 2nd level spell, but I'm just saying, and I realize it's a silly way to do it, but I would probably just be in the market to get a scroll of it and then transfer the scroll over using that intaglio spell. I'm just saying, if it saves me a few gold, I will cheap out on it. I mean,
sure. I mean, yeah, they sell scrolls there too. It's not a problem.
Yeah,
they can either scribe it for you, or they can sell you the scroll. Either one. And to be fair, they also use intaglio because that's how that works. they definitely have that. It's like
Yeah,
the
no.
best thing a wizard can get at first level.
Yeah, that's why I'm glad I've got Flamora's book that has that in it. So yeah, scroll of borrowed knowledge, and however much the scroll costs, I will be taking time later on, as much time as is allowed, to do various transferring of spells over to at least one book and probably two of them, since I do also have an enduring spell book. And boy, that sounds like a good idea for a backup copy of everything. So
What's the level of the spell again?
second level. So I think that makes it uncommon.
Yeah, I believe so. I'm gonna look it up. Spell scroll. Spell scroll. Does not list rarity. Well, let's do this then.
I thought it did list it.
Not on
I thought it. I think
Roll20 on D&D Beyond it does. I'm sure.
it does. I know it does on the Wikidot
Second
site.
level-
If that's,
second level uncommon.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's an uncommon scroll. If it's consumable, usually the cost is half. So I'll say for that one specifically, since it's so popular, I would say 50 gold for it.
Okay. Doing
It's a
that.
high enough demand that the cost is not. So 50 gold for that kind of scroll. You can scribe it in your book easily enough with a tap later.
Yep, that's the idea. And so I think the only scrolls I've got for doing that kind of thing with are, let's see, there's the borrowed knowledge. I've got the one of that dumb smell casting spell I had from, but I've got a scroll of it, which I made at the start of things today, or this session. And I also have the chalk rubbing of tongues that I got from the statue in Jurena's inner library section. So I guess I would transfer those over to the book, and I'd also probably scribe things from my existing spell book into hers. I think I already crunched the numbers on that, but it'll cost a few hundred gold for those, and I forget how it works with the scrolls, but somewhere in the neighborhood of, I think, about 800 when it's all said and done with, which I can actually afford now. So
Yeah, you see why I kept pushing you to fucking look at the candle when you were there.
Yeah.
It's a 20,000 gold candle, guys. I want you to miss
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, money can be exchanged for goods and services, and vice versa.
Okay. Well, you can do the number crunching on that. Unless anyone has
Okay.
anything to do in the extra 2 weeks you got.
I was
Yeah.
just going to work.
You want to do additional adventuring, or do you want to do the work specifically?
Adventure. Lower. So that way.
Yeah,
Rank
it does seem safer.
No, I'm doing it for the
Experience.
lower rank requirement.
I know. I'm
Rank
just
up.
saying. If you remember, I succeeded at like 6 lower levels in a row. First time I attempt a mid-level.
Yeah, I know. I was there.
Oh, yeah.
He's been there.
I'm going to assume.
Oh yeah, you succeeded where I failed.
I'm going to assume, VG, that for purposes of like legal and like people that need to know this, like it's made aware that Chance is alive. It's not like
You certainly
That's
have.
like- my one
And made enemies.
I understand.
So I can still call myself Sir Chance.
It was your
Right, sounds
your purpose in doing that. So for your, are you doing 2 lower ranks then? Is that what you're doing?
Yep, 2 lower ranks.
Okay, so we will do. Let's do insight, deception, and history for the first. Oh no, I can't do that one. Sorry, insight, deception, and performance. Let's say. This will be one that you're proficient in. Okay, cool. And then let's do for the second one. We will do religion. Religion, Arcana, and nature.
You said because of my wanted status, I have to either deception or No.
That is true. So replace that last one with stealth. Great. Okay, so that is normal low rank completed for a second rank is 20. So you get 30 gold total from all that. 30 gold and 2 technically successfully completed jobs.
So, what rank am I, by the way?
You are a novice. Considered a novice. You need
So, it's a beginner, novice, and what?
it is initiate, novice, journeyman, experienced, and master. Those are the rankings.
Got it.
So now you only need 2 low rank jobs in order to get to journeyman level. So, anyone else using 2 weeks to do anything?
Nope.
I'm going to, I guess, do some more adventuring work.
Okay.
Not what else I can really do in that time frame.
Fair enough.
I can't afford to carouse again to try and drum up more connections.
That's fair enough. Okay, so first one we will do.
I am rank 2 now, so I can take slightly higher tier jobs.
Well, do you want to do 1 medium job or do you want to do 2 lower tier jobs?
What's the pay for the medium tier?
30 times your guild level, so it'd be 60 base. If you get 1 success, it's 30. If you get no successes, you get nothing. And if you get 3 successes, you get 120.
So 1 success, 30, 2 successes, 60, 3 successes.
120. Yep.
I'll do the mid job.
Okay. Let's do investigation.
27.
Investigation, religion, and Arcana. Can't think of another one.
20.
Ooh, 2 successes, so $60. 60 gold, rather. You were 1 off with that religion. If you got 1 more, it would have been 120 gold.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. The DCs for these, by the way, are in order of ascending 12, 15, 18, and 21. Goes up by 3 each time.
Yep. At the moment, Chance is trying to ingratiate himself a little bit, try and build back his reputation that's basically disappeared along with him for the past 8 months.
Okay. So, that's done with that. Everyone's happy with their downtime so far?
Yep.
Yep.
So far, so good. I think I'll eventually need to take close to a week to do scribing and copying of various spells just to make sure I got everything, like two of everything that goes in a book, basically. So, yep. And yeah, I'll
Can I
figure.
sell a couple things?
Sure. Depending on what the things are.
Well, I have some magic items I can offload, and if I offload, I can maybe start saving towards getting some armor and some barding for
Fuego.
for.
Sure.
I'm willing to offload my sentinel shield and the T-Rex tooth.
I'll pay you for that Sentinel Shield.
There you go. Sentinel Shield is... Sentinel Shield is... It is an uncommon shield. Given that it is a shield, I'm going to put it on the upper end of uncommon. Which I believe is... I think uncommon is upwards of like 500 to 1,000. So generally speaking. Unless it's a consumable. So I'm going to put the shield at like 800 gold. If you want it. If you want it, like value-wise. I'm not... Chance can sell it to you for less. I'm just saying if you want to like turn it in for something. 800 gold.
I Sorry, man. I kind of need the money.
That's fair. Carry on.
Okay. So
You know what? Well, hold on. Can he sell it to me? I mean, you know what I mean. And then I could just, yeah. I mean, I can't use it, but I could be nice and eventually give it to David when I see him. So, I mean, I don't mind doing that. I've got the money to do it. So yeah, I'll
Alright,
spend
how much
the.
is the shield worth?
It's so the
Yeah.
shield base price is worth 800. You were to sell it
Okay.
to a shop, you get slightly less than that, probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 650, maybe.
All right, I'll sell to you for 650.
No, I insist 700.
Okay.
Your poor haggler.
That-
He would have made for a bad pirate.
That's not how negotiating price works.
All right. Take the Sentinel Shield limestone.
Okay, and that'll be. Let's see, that is
70 platinum.
there. Yep, there you go. And I will add that to, or I will drag that from the thing because I think it's in the thing. Where are you at? Oh crap! I don't think I can. I don't think I can do it from the compendium to another tab. So, rats.
Let me see if it's Sentinel Shield.
Sentinel Shield, advantage on initiative checks and the perception checks.
Yeah,
Okay.
Sentinel Shield is not in the compendium currently. So
Cool.
Just
All right,
not for
I'll
some
just
reason.
add that later.
I'll just work on adding it in manually. I'll make the note that I've got it though at least. So what's it weigh? I don't know if it.
It's the same as a,
matters.
so all you need to do is just drag a normal shield into your thing and then rename it Sentinel Shield and copy and paste the text that says advantage.
Okay.
Just initiative rolls and
Yeah.
perception.
Yeah, I just got to do stuff with like multiple tabs and stuff. It's silly. So okay.
Yeah, if you just it's whatever a normal shield is. Just drag that in and then you can make it into.
Yeah, that works. All right.
Okay. Anyone else? Was the shield and what was the other thing you were selling?
The T-Rex. Actually, no, I'm gonna hold on to the T-Rex too.
Oh,
I don't know
does
who's gonna
does
buy that. But, okay.
does anyone know who has the hand axe of warning? If that's still even a thing, I don't know whose it was. Was that Jalabash?
That was Bash's.
That was for
Okay.
Morris.
Was it?
Somebody.
Oh no, that was the Great Axe warning. Never mind.
thought
Dalabash
that was-
has hand axe.
Okay, just
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm not selling any of the stuff that belongs to the parish members of the Scarlet March.
mm.
Other than that,
Yeah, I'll take it if you're not selling it. It was my characters after all, so.
Honestly, Chance is kind of holding on to it because, like, he would have asked. Actually, something he would have asked is he would have asked if Flamora had any next of kin. He would have asked Dialis that.
I was not as far as he's given me. Flamora was a blank slate, no
I
determined.
mean, she had a
no determined
dad and
backstory.
mom, I believe.
I don't remember this. If you have it in the backstory, then I'll take it. But I don't know.
let's bring him up.
Go to the graveyard section. Let's figure it out. Yes.
She,
All we know is
Yeah.
all we know is that they exist and they have first names. But where they are, what they do, nobody knows.
yes,
So
it never came up for
Sure.
some reason.
they exist. Nobody knows about them. So yeah, that was
Don't
never.
do archaeology
No one,
somewhere.
no one ever bothered to flesh that out. So we're just gonna say that, functionally speaking, they don't exist.
Okay,
Yeah.
works for me.
Okay.
Yeah, and
And
unless the Adventurers Guild has contacts for Dalavash next of kin, I don't care. I can only do my tongue.
Dalabash actually does have a background story.
He does.
And I have told it to Vici.
The college would not know of it. So
No, I mean, I said the Adventurers Guild.
the Adventurers Guild would not know of it. At least not this branch. I don't know about the other ones, but
What is?
oh,
That's how we
just
got the alliance.
well, I guess if he is holding on to Dalavash's axe, if chance is, would he?
You still
would he
have to be
feel-
attuned to it.
Yeah, would he feel comfortable with being attuned to it, or would that be like I don't know if he'd find that too much of a line to cross, or if it'd be honoring his memory.
Remember,
I
what does
don't
the exit warning do?
It warns you.
No
against that.
surprises.
Yeah,
You can't be
it helps you.
surprised
It
when
helps you
you're-
not get. Yeah, it helps you not get killed in your sleep for starters.
VG, just between now and next
I
time,
mean-
between the sessions, let me know what they have in regards to significant items.
I mean, I gave you the list of stuff. You can pick what's significant out of it if you want.
I mean, you already took his liquor stash, so
And
I
you
gave
got
you
Flamora's
everything that was
bag of
in my
holding, I
stuff,
think.
so- Weapon
So-
warning is it's an uncommon. When the weapon is on your person, you have advantage on initiative rolls. You and any of your companions within 30 feet of you can't be surprised, except when incapacitated by something other than non-magical sleep. It's not just you; it's your companions as well. And it magically awakens you and your companions within range if any of you are sleeping naturally when combat begins. It's a no surprise alarm system essentially.
it's alert, but better.
It's great.
Fine. Whoever wants to use it can use it, but chance to make it clear, no, do not sell these.
I'm already
I'm
full
not-
up on.
Oh,
I'm full up on
call
it.
back holding.
I mean, I'm going on the bag of holding because,
I'm full up on the attuned items. So if somebody else wants to take it, great. And whenever I next see David, I will be giving him the shield with kind of a, "Hey man, you kind of owe me, all right?
Gives
I
two
paid-
thumbs up.
I paid for this." No
Gives
joke.
2 thumbs up.
Very nice.
Yes.
I give 3 because I have Mage Hand. Yes, I did that.
Okay, I also get 3.
Oh,
oh my god. Enough of the pissing contest. It doesn't matter.
The middle finger raising contest.
Ladies, you're all pretty.
Can you throw gang signs with a mage hand?
Oh.
Technically, yes.
I'm just thinking the fucking Shadow Wizard Money Gang shenanigans.
Shadow.
Oh.
Gang spells.
Oh.
Yep. They have a gang sign that can only be used with the mage hand
hands.
present. Yeah. Presto tagging everywhere. All right. If no one has any other business, then we will conclude the session for today. Going once, going twice.
I need
I think-
food.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I'm
Good shopping
good.
episode, everybody. Good downtime shit. We
no.
literally spent 4 hours doing upkeep. It was great.
Yeah, well,
That's how that goes sometimes. You kind of deserved it. There's been nonstop adventure for the last 10 sessions, so you kind of needed a little break.
I'm kind of sad that I have lost basically everything.
That is how that works.
Hey. Hey, you got a
Alright.
few hundred gold. You could go, party some more if you really wanted.
I told you stuff changed. Stuff changed in the time you were away. So in light of that, one thing I'll ask before we end: what is the next step you guys are doing as a group here? You're going to be a party of 4, essentially, because Tavanta's not going to come with you until Devin comes back to the game.
Understood. I would probably start the next session just doing the spell scribing stuff I was talking about. Because it'll take somewhere in the neighborhood of, I think, 40 something hours to make sure everything is moved over to the Arcane Grimoire. And then
If you
from
haven't-
there,
if you have Intaglia, you can cut that time.
yeah, no, that's counting Intaglio. Trust me, I figured it up. I'm pretty sure that's counting that. And then I would be able to do the make a copy of a spell book thing under Wizard. Does Intaglio work on that as well? Does it have the make a copy of your
Every
entire...
written spells.
Okay, so
That's
yeah,
what it was
so
made
it would.
for. It was made for wizards
would-
specifically to be able to scribe stuff.
Yeah, yeah, it's it would do that exact thing. So yeah, whatever it would be to make the copy of that, I'll figure out what that is. I think it would be a total of something like 65 spell levels that would have to be copied over, but then that's figured on the copying a spell book thing, which would be, come here, brain.
Well, you can figure out and
Yeah, but
I'll later.
I'll figure it up in a while.
I'll also say again, this is your time for downtime. So unless you are doing this right now,
I'll do it right now. I will
like downtime stuff, like during the game.
Yeah,
so,
I will,
travel wise.
I will do no. I will. Yeah, I will do it right now before we head out. If everyone's okay with me spending about a week to do this thing, because I'm at least partly a wizard. I gotta have spells.
I mean, you could probably do it on the ship. Just saying.
If that's where you're going next.
Yeah, that is probably a good place to head to next. But if no one has an objection, I'll spend the extra week to do that because that should be about another 30 hours. So it looks like I'd be looking at somewhere in the neighborhood of about 70 or 72 total hours spent scribing scrolls. So that way, when it's all said and done, I've got all the spells that I've got available written wise in the arcane grimoire, and then a backup copy in the enduring spell book. So yeah, that seems smart. So
3 days.
yeah, that should be, but I mean that would be around the clock, not allowing for breaks. So
exactly, unless you're willing to take 3 levels of exhaustion.
Spaced out,
and I fall asleep.
Yeah, spaced out with time to sleep. I'm assuming I'd have to limit myself to about 8 hours a day. So that's looking at somewhere in the neighborhood of.
Wait. Why are you calling sleep?
I hear it's nice.
Greater restoration. Keep on working, bitch.
Oh my god.
No.
I mean, technically, if you wanted to get a shot of cleric coffee, just greater restoration yourself into oblivion.
Coffee lock.
And just I could probably do it in 4 days to be on the safe side, and then then I'd have the 3 exhaustion levels, but then I'd have to get 3 of those three greater restorations done, which how much would that even cost?
Well, Flare can just do that, right? Unless there's like a money component to it.
Yeah.
There is. It's like some diamond dust.
Yes, but you're rich, are you not?
This is true. All right.
You can afford it.
Yeah.
There.
Oh, great. I'm a rich person paying for diamond dust.
Oh god.
$100.
Alrighty then.
If you want to dump 300 gold on it, you can get it done.
Mentioning absolutely no unfortunate implications there.
Definitely doesn't fuck with your brain. To be
sir.
Alrighty.
Indeed.
If that's something you want to do, then let's do it now.
I'm just picturing once this is over, you're just gonna just pick up a bed. You're just gonna fall
doing
into
that.
the nearest bed and just
Doing that.
coma.
Okay.
Yeah, do that for the extra 4 days, and then so it'll be 11 weeks, 4 days that we will have spent. So that gives the other party members 4 days to play with and do whatever in if they so choose. And then I will just get I will make sure that the costs are taken care of with Valerian casting. I guess it'd be 3 casts of Greater Restoration. So I will pay for the Diamond Dust cost on that if it's available here. I assume it's findable in Onyx. So
you're in a place where Diamond Dust is used for spell components all the time. So yes.
Yep, got it. Okay, so I'm spending the 300 on that, and I'm also going to be throwing Valerian another, let's just say 100 for his trouble, if that's acceptable. So,
Hey, not gonna say no to money.
All right.
Okay, cool.
So I will spend 400 doing that total, basically.
With
300 for this, for the components and that. So
that's fine. So
and then
you can figure that out before the next time. I'm gonna call it.
I will
12 work weeks, which equals 3 months, basically, of you guys doing upkeep and
Works
adventuring and selling of items and all this random crap you guys were doing upkeep wise. So 3 months will have gone by at the start of next session. And
Okay, then.
in the meantime, I will go ahead and I'll figure out what the fuck happened in those 3 months in the background, if anything at all.
Oh,
We shall see.
boy.
But in the next,
Yeah.
so again, I don't know if I got a clear picture of this. So what was the next step after downtime is done? You guys reconvening, I'm assuming at Providence, because that's where David is currently. And then going
Yep.
from there to where else? Where are we going next?
Wasn't there a mention of a ship that was going to be docking fairly soon at Migron? I don't know if it would still be there after 3 months.
After 3 months, probably not. I mean, if
So-
you're not going to use it for 3 months, then they're going to
Yeah,
go
we'd
off and
pro-
do something. But
Yeah, we would probably check for news on where the on the whereabouts of the ship, like with the Archmage, or
Okay,
I
I really
mean,
forgot about that fucking ship. What was the situation
Yeah,
with that?
I
so you can contact the Archmage and have it park somewhere if you want to. This is a something that we can pick up with again next session immediately. With you guys being able to go on the ship and do stuff, if that's what you're going to do. I'm assuming that is because that's what we're talking about. Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. And ship
Yeah,
is going.
that's-
Ship is going to Araval. Yes. No stops along the way
Yep.
anywhere.
Nope.
No, I think we've stopped long enough.
Just wondering if we're doing the storm thing again, but okay. I don't know if anyone had any. I don't know if Chance specifically had any reason to talk to the Eternal Order, but. That's an
May
option
want
if you
to
can.
at least see if like they have any leads on something that we know more about our foe.
Provided they would tell you.
Hmm.
That could be done at Ascending, but which we can do later. So, with that, I'm just going to go ahead and end it here. We'll call it Airship Travel next session whenever we do that. Hopefully next week. Okay. Sound good to everybody?
Fantastic.
The only reason I offered to do Great Restoration is because normally I would say fuck that. No, I'm not going to prepare that. No, I just wanted to copy down the spells so we don't have downtime.
Yes.
Alrighty. So I will see you guys next session with everyone's stuff intact. Be sure that you update your character sheets accordingly if you haven't already. And other
Right
than
on.
that, I will see you guys later. Bye.
Okay, sounds good.